Port in El Paso, Texas, hours after declaring it would be completely shut down for 10 days because of drone activity.
Now we're learning that through sources that apparently the FAA was concerned essentially about flights flying blind because they were doing these military operations there in the area with these drones, but not communicating with the FAA about where these drones were or where they were going. And so the FAA was concerned about flights.
The Trump administration blaming Mexican cartel drones. Canadians in shock after the deadly mass shooting in British Columbia that left 10 people dead, including the shooter. At least 25 people were wounded, including 2 critically. There's no motive given. Attorney for Epstein to come forward with information on their abuse as she seeks to calm political turmoil over the Justice Department's handling of the Epstein files. She also apologized. This is ABC News. A new report from the New York Fed shows Americans owe a total of $18.8 trillion. That's the largest amount of debt load ever. Here's ABC's Rebecca Jarvis.
Credit card debt alone, and this is the tough one because it has such a huge APR, is now at $1.3 trillion. And it's a warning sign that more borrowers are now late on making their payments. Bank of America data shows a widening gap in card spending. Higher income households are spending a lot more than lower income households on non-essential categories beyond groceries and gas. And more young Americans are also falling behind on student loan payments.
U.S. employers added 130,000 jobs last month. The government, however, revising last year's numbers, showing there were 898,000 fewer jobs created in 2025 than previously reported. Oscar winner Michael Douglas releasing a statement that he will be publishing a raw, sweeping memoir about his personal and professional life this fall. I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
The Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council present the story of Tom and Levi.
Tom is the smartest man I know. He's been a professor at 2 major universities, been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, he told me that he was having problems in his classes. I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. And he was telling them that he was doing it as a favor to them, but I think in reality, he just wanted to get out of there. I was really starting to worry because I saw something was wrong.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me, and my love for him was just immense.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
Colorado election officials are approaching an upcoming FBI meeting about the 2026 midterms with caution. Secretary of State Jenna Griswold is skeptical.
We will engage with them from a very hesitant point of view. We have already switched how we operate with the federal government. We're no longer going to be allowing them into our systems.
The call, scheduled for February 25th, will include the FBI, DOJ, DHS, the Postal Inspection Service, and the Election Assistance Commission. The America 250 Colorado 150 Commission is launching an initiative to capture the oral histories of 150 Coloradans. It's called A Portrait of Colorado at 150. The project's leader says they've collected 36 oral histories so far, and the group wants you to submit your story to add to their collection. Just go to historycolorado.org/Initiative Colorado. That's the latest. I'm Brenda Stewart.
Now, Impact Traffic.
Well, so far so good on the highways and byways. Foothills Drive still in great shape also, other than US 6 west of Golden. Up Clear Creek, we're seeing delays, but that's very typical. I-70 has yet to close due to rock scaling. I-25 south coming into downtown through Spear is sluggish. We're seeing a little bit of heavy traffic up out of Thornton along I-25, both directions there. 270, maybe a little bit of traffic and construction on Santa Fe. Once again, southbound at Mississippi does have traffic backed up. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by the Our American Stories podcast.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll tell the tale of Rosa Parks in her own words. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
You could win $1,000.
Oh, really? Excellent. That's awesome.
9 chances a day to win $1,000. Listen weekdays 9 a.m. through 5 p.m.
It's that easy.
On Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW. Sponsored by Window Nation.
You'd love new windows, but don't want to pay a fortune for them. Well, during Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 Windows free sale, you could also get 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. Hurry, sale ends soon, so schedule your free estimate now at windownation.com.
Facing a job loss? Considering a pension buyout, a severance package, or what to do with your 401k? Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, and I can help. 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604.
West Texas, here come the Buffaloes. This is Voice of the Bus, Mark Johnson. Tonight, the Buffs battle Texas Tech in Lubbock. Coverage begins at 5:30, tip-off at 6 on KOA and on iHeartRadio.
This is Dan Kaplis. Human life is the most valuable thing on earth. Our firm has a proven ability to deliver full civil justice in wrongful death cases. The most recent example is the $200 million jury verdict in the amusement that will make Colorado.
It just really sounds like we have a microphone in a shop vac when you.
They got to get the studio cam up, by the way.
There's incredibly more important things.
Okay. All right. Fine.
Trajan Wealth, your trust.
Don't you think?
That's right. Whatever you guys do, fuck everybody.
Here's your chance.
No, I mean, like, what about when those planes hit those buildings? You don't think there's more important things than the webcam?
That's happy. Enter it now.
Ripped off. Bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. Come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. This is the Troubleshooter Show. I invented it 50 years ago to take problems, questions, and complaints. It's truly the only place in the media, truly, to talk about everyday aches and pains, the things that make you tick and the things that tick you off. And my partner in crime for many years, Marc Mager at the studio. And for those streaming, we're getting the studio cam up and running soon. So don't fret, because we do have a good-looking crew in the studio today. Mark, who do we have? What do we got going on?
Well, you got me.
Yeah.
I'm the handsome one waving.
Yes.
You got Deputy Dollar sitting next to me. Mark Szymanski, and then we also have Matt Stanford with Paragon Services. We're going to be talking bad insurance companies, and then Deputy D sits across from me, and Szymanski just handed me, get on there, what is this, Mark? Is this, it almost looks like, I know it's siding, but it almost looks like the roof I have. It looks like F-Wave.
Yeah, let's get that on camera. They're getting camera. Yeah.
So it's siding
it's a new product. Wassa Supply bought this company. It's a Canadian company. They bought it. They're bringing it to America. And the stuff is impermeable. It's Class A fire rated. It is phenomenal product.
It's tough, man. I don't think you could throw a baseball through it.
Let me do a tight shot here. Mark, hold it up. I'm going to do the studio. Hold that up.
If anybody has F-Wave like I do on their roof, to me it feels like F-Wave, but it's hollow.
Yeah.
Why is it hollow? Is that for
Hey, Deputy D, do me a favor. Walk that over to the camera. Walk that over to the camera and show it. We have a great shot of the studio right now. Or hand it over to Deputy D and then hold that right in front of the camera, D. Or Dollar, you can do it.
On that stuff, Mark.
And by the way, those listening, this isn't now. Show the side profile. Show the side profile, Dollar.
It's a little more expensive.
Tip it over.
What is the benefit compared to Hardy?
I want to see the profile. Look. Yeah, that's pretty cool looking.
It's cool. Any colors?
Yeah, well, colors like that, and then we have solid colors too.
Now, yeah, that's good. So, what are those intrusions? The air intrusions? They kind of provide.
No, that's
for strength, and it gives you some insulation factor, but it's mostly for strength.
No, he's talking those holes.
No. Those are nail holes. I'm talking about the side. Yeah. I'm talking about it's hollow, kind of with the air channels.
Yep. Yes.
Okay, and those not streaming, you can go look at it later on YouTube.
And it's
but
all tongue and groove, it looks like.
So this is good stuff, man. It's really pretty, too. I mean, you can get all kinds of finishes.
Could you put that right over something existing?
Well, it just depends on what's there. But then here's a metal one, too, if you want to put that one up.
Yeah, let's look at that.
So
Okay,
that's
so
metal.
we're talking about various. This is siding, right? These are
This is siding.
a lifetime siding. It looks like no maintenance, energy efficient, strong.
Just hit it with a spray washer, right? And that's
Look at
it.
this one.
Now, can this go
Oh,
over
that's
existing siding, or do you have to take the siding off?
It just depends what siding's there and what condition it's in.
Now, Marc Szymanski talking. Mark introduced him, but didn't say he was with GenesisTotalExteriors.com. And this, look at that. That's a good looking.
So this
Go ahead.
patent board look, that soundboard look is so popular right now. It is one of the hottest things going right now.
Okay, so Marc Szymanski, Genesis Total Exteriors. We also have Matt Stanford with us from Paragon Services. We're going to be talking insurance claims, stuff like that today. Bad faith, what bad faith is. But I want to start out the show with something else. And let me just transition here, get a two-shot of me and them. And okay, I don't know why more people, probably people aren't shocked by it, but I was. The video in the Guthrie case. Now, she never subscribed to it. I don't subscribe. A lot of people don't subscribe, and you think you have privacy. Are we to believe that these cameras are constantly spying on us?
Well, wait a second. Wait, I have Arlo cameras everywhere, and I actually pay for the subscription. So mine goes instantly to the cloud. But I've always known this. In their terms of service, even if you don't have it, you know how a lot of them you can launch an app on your phone and see what's going on. Right? Doesn't yours do that?
Right, yes.
Well, how do you think it does that? It's connected to the cloud, either Google or Amazon, depending on the camera, and that's how you connect.
But
so
do
of
they
course,
save?
There's always remnants.
Do they save this video, or is it always being overwritten? What do you think?
It's always being overwritten after a while, but as we just learned, it's saved for X amount of time, but think of all the work they went through to paste that back together.
Okay, I used to accuse and make fun lightheartedly of Deputy D. Okay, I remember Deputy D and I went to shop for this TV in the studio behind me, the one that we have I always have the logo and stuff up. And D, I remember D when I was hooking it up, and it was asking all kinds of questions. And he says, that TV is going to spy on you. And I said, what do you mean? He actually believes it listens in and it spies on you. Do you think that's true? Guys,
it's amazing we have this conversation every 3 or 4 months. Your phone, my car, I don't know about your car, everything I own, my tablets, my computer, everything I own spies on me.
I guess we do. I guess you're right. We bring it up because
especially smart TVs. They listen to you. They actually know what you're watching to show you certain ads.
That's right. And in fact, that's one of the things the Supreme Court's talking about. Do you have a right to privacy when it comes to that kind of stuff? It depends on how.
That's a very narrow scope. And on the other hand, I want to say about that, Tom, is not only is that just one case, is my understanding, but the other thing is you agree to most of these things.
Right.
You agree they're going to listen.
You're right. You're right. In the small print, you wouldn't believe what you agree to. Somebody brought out one time on the show that if you get a flashlight app, you wouldn't believe what the flashlight app asks about. It wants access to all of your contacts. And
Tom, that's my experience that I told you about.
Yes.
I downloaded a flashlight app, and it asked for access to my contacts in my phone. Why does a flashlight need to know your name and phone number that's in my phone?
Why doesn't it?
I mean, I guess, like Mark says, we have this every couple of months, but look, I don't bring it up because I am awed by it or I don't believe it. I just think it's remarkable how we have no privacy whatsoever. I mean, there have been times when I looked at a video of something and I get ads about it all the time, or I'm talking about something on the air here and it shows up in my search. It like pre-fills in some of my search fields because it assumes I'm interested in that and thinking about it. My God, it's amazing to me. It's just amazing. And again, we have an illusion of privacy. That's why it makes me laugh when people say they're not going to do this or they're not going to do that because they want to stay private.
You want to see what people look at hop on their YouTube shorts or hop on their phone and go to their TikTok, and you can see what they're into just by simply opening it up.
Of course.
Because it's always going to show you what you want to see.
Right. You're right. You're absolutely right. Everyone
Deputy
has.
D, what genre do you like?
Oh, I like educational and instructional videos.
Yeah, they
me
just
too.
pop up, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, YouTube knows my taste, and I don't mind because it filters out all the baloney that I'm not interested in.
I love Karens. If I launch X right now, it's Karens getting pushed around or, ran over, whatever.
I know that, you know what? It's funny when you look at a few things, like, guess, you know what'll come up on my YouTube every single time? Helicopters. I mean, it's amazing how many things, or aviation. I call it aviation porn, late at night. I'm watching all these flying videos.
Look at that big rotor.
Yeah, it's funny. But really, we all have something, don't we? And it's everyone, every app, every piece of software, everything we have knows who we are and what we do. There are little tracking bots all over our computer, tracking bots. I once thought it would be a great science fiction story, a very simple premise that a couple has a kid and they keep this child totally invisible, and it's called Invisible. And it's about this kid as an adult and what he can do because he's invisible. He doesn't have to ever pay tax. He doesn't do anything. And it's just like an exploit, or just a story about invisible, how this kid is invisible. Now, of course, everybody's going to steal the idea and do the story, but just credit me for the creation. By the way, Matt Stanford, one of our guests today, really important stuff, bad faith. I used to think bad faith had to be now, by the way, those listening, we're talking about bad faith, meaning an action against your insurance company. It's called bad faith. And what it means is your insurance company is breaching their duty to you. And oddly enough, insurance companies do not have a fiduciary responsibility to you. That's putting your interests first. They do not by law. They do not have a fiduciary, but they do have a contractual obligation. Now, the difference is this: a fiduciary always has a contract, or normally has a contract, but a contract doesn't always have fiduciary. Fiduciary means you have to put the other person's best interest ahead of your own. And it's really a strict legal definition. So insurance companies do not have a fiduciary duty to us. However, they do have a contractual duty to us. And if they breach that contractual duty, it's often called bad faith. But Matt, one thing I was amazed about as I'm researching bad faith, which, by the way, if you prove the insurance company breached in bad faith, you can get triple damages for doing that. But bad faith is not just denying a claim. It can just be delaying a claim unreasonably. What does that mean, Matt? What is the delay part? Because we could argue that almost all the time. What is a delay of a claim?
It's a little bit of a gray area, but they're supposed to respond within a reasonable amount of time, and usually that means, let's say you file a claim, you expect to hear back within 1 to 2 business days, a phone call, an email with a claim number. I mean, and this is just in sort of the interim while the claim is being assigned to an adjuster. So they're pretty good about that. When you run into trouble is when you get an adjuster that is from out of state or is a newbie and just doesn't know the ropes. And then, 2 weeks goes by all of a sudden, and especially with something like a water loss where you've got mold growing, you've got wet material in your house, you need quick action. So a lot of the bad faith claims that I see are involved with fire or water, not so much with hail.
Okay. We're going to talk about that and more coming up. If you guys have any questions, we are going to get to the phones, I promise you. 303-713-TALK. We have a lot of people on the lines. Stay tuned. We'll come back to Debbie, Michael, and Kevin And we have our guest in the studio as well. Waterpros.net will get you the best drinking water, and they will get you that drinking water at the kitchen sink for $1,100 fully installed. They also have other systems for your home, the best water systems, the lowest prices. It's just bar none for health and for your laundry, for your plumbing, everything. Waterpros.net.
Yep.
I assume Mark's going to do this. Well, no, he can do it in the studio. That would be good. How about Mark does both of these?
Stoltz and two other
Very kind, 5 minutes.
Because he's right in there, yeah.
Final today. Stoltz says he's proud to represent the
I'll be
US.
right back. Thank
We
you.
do pretty well in, so I think we should take some pride in trying to do our best, and of course for all the other athletes around the world.
Snowboarding resumes with the men's and women's halfpipe qualifiers. American Chloe Kim has begun her bid to become the first snowboarder to win 3 straight golds.
For NBC's live coverage from Italy, search Olympics on the free iHeartRadio app.
Farmers and ranchers, when it's time to buy or sell ag equipment, think Purple Wave Auction. We're your go-to online marketplace for tractors, combines, sprayers, and more. With our no reserve policy, every item sells to the highest bidder. Experience the Purple Wave difference. Nationwide reach with a local touch. Purple Wave Auction. Whether you're expanding your operation or streamlining your fleet, we've got you covered. Visit purplewave.com today. Fuel your farm with Purple Wave Auction.
I love it when we actually have a client, and of course, Marc Szymanski is also a friend of mine in studio, and your commercial comes up. We were talking about this siding, Mark. Tell me more about it.
I tell you, Mark, there's a lot of new products coming out here. This one just hit the market in the Colorado. Well, it's actually in the United States. This is a very durable product. It's a PVC product, and you saw it. It looks like wood.
It looks like wood.
Yeah, and they also have ones that look like the soundboard where you have the black lines between small slates.
I think that's cool. Some of those designs I'm starting to see pop up on new homes around me.
You bet. And, again, even though it's a little more pricey, you can just do accent pieces with this. You can combine it with, maybe you have a wood look along with some stucco, or you can have stone with some stucco. And some of these wood looks that do not fade, do not require maintenance, do not make you have to stain them every 3 to 4 years. Otherwise, they turn gray on you.
How many different colors are there?
There's several. There's several different colors.
And you never have to paint it.
Never have to paint it. It's just there forever. And Mark, one of the big things about this is they're all Class A fire rated.
Nice.
And why
you live up in the mountains, man? That's huge.
Well,
plus.
It's actually becoming even a big deal here. If you live inside the 470 circle, you're okay. You can put anything else you want in your house. If you're outside that circle, you need Class A fire rate. Doesn't matter if you're out east, north, south, or west.
Big discounts.
But you're going to have to use fire rated material. And
period.
I
didn't know that, so you have to.
No, this is going to start January or July 1st.
Wow.
And so this is a new thing that's coming on. And it's not about protect your own house. They don't want the fire to spread to the neighbor's house. So if your house starts on fire, they're worried about your house spreading to the next.
I love it. In fact, they should be worried about that. That's one of the few regulations that I think I agree with here in Colorado. I mean, things that are more fireproof. What I also love about you guys, Mark, is you've painted our outside of our house, our inside of the house. You've worked on our decks. You do fences. You guys do it all, and you've got some of the best crews I have ever met. When you did our exterior on our house, that was 5 or 6 years ago. It still looks brand new. And last year, when you did the entire interior, it was the same painting crew. You keep these people. I love it. Anytime you want to reach out and get a quote, please, Mark, give your phone number out.
303-679-8509.
303-679-8509. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Now, let's talk about CMG. Do they do reverse loans? They absolutely do. My friend John Clace with CMG, that company loans out over $2 billion a month. If you want a home loan, you got to call John. My son actually bought a house from application to closing less than 30 days because everything's right in-house. They are the bank. They've got great rates, low fees. You're going to love them. Call John right now, 303-577-7206, 577-7206. I hit next. Want me to try it again?
No, while it's running.
How do we test it? Because I definitely hit it.
When we get back into the show, I'll load some crap in there and have you test it while we're on the air.
I know I can't be blamed.
No, it's next event, Sitch.
I didn't touch anything.
Yeah, right.
Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, it's a button that is probably failed on his side of the studio here.
So this week, Mark, you're out, right? Can't do it Thursday, Friday?
Oh, this week?
Yeah. Or next week, you already...
That's tomorrow. That'd be tomorrow.
That is tomorrow.
Oh, we're not getting in that
one.
By
the way, you didn't thank Dollar. You didn't thank Scott for modeling the siding for you there.
How about early in the week?
Or as we like to call him here, Vanna Gray.
Tuesday, I have a meeting at the office.
Okay.
So
Vanna Gray.
All right, let me get it set up with them the week after.
All right.
Okay. I'm
Not
trying
Vanna White.
Oh, we might be in New Orleans.
Vanna
Damn it. Hold on.
Gray.
I think we go to New Orleans on... Pretty sure we go on the 23rd. Hey, Suzanne, type in there if you're listening when we go to New Orleans. Oh, I bet it's on the calendar.
What's going down in New Orleans? You got a concert down there?
No, we've got 5 homes we're eyeballing, man.
Jeez.
Finally, some really nice shit's coming on the market there.
Slidell,
baby.
Who are you, Bernie Sanders?
Yep.
These oligarchs are shopping for homes all over the country.
Let's see here. Yeah, so we're in Slidell basically that week. So how about week after? How are you looking?
Fine.
Okay. I'm going to pin it down with you over the next few days.
Okay. Where are you going, Nebraska?
Yeah, Shadron.
All right. Somehow we're a minute over. What'd I do wrong? Oh,
It's a small...
America on the iHeartRadio app. That's Red Pilled America.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome. 303-713-8255. Let's go to the phones. Debbie, what's going on with you? Hello, Debbie. Welcome.
Thank you, Tom. I appreciate the opportunity to be on your show.
What's going on?
I'm calling about my 2020 Subaru Ascent. I had some check engine lights and a bunch of lights go on my dashboard. Took it into our local dealership, and they thought it was an O2 sensor to start off with. But the bottom line, the short of the story is:
were there any drivability problems or only lights?
Lights at this point in time, but then when I took it in, they diagnosed that a pressure sensor in the transmission failed, allowing transmission fluid to go to all 3 of the wiring harnesses and eventually to the engine control module. My car has been sitting on our Subaru dealership's parking lot since June 19th.
Wait, what? Wait. June 19th? You're talking about...
Yes, sir.
Why?
Well...
Is it under warranty, Debbie?
It's a 2020, Mark.
I did get an extended warranty.
Oh, I see 2022.
I did get an extended warranty, and so it is covered under that. I've been getting... rentals for that because it was covered underneath the warranty. But the problem being is that they had a part that they said to replace this, but it failed. So they are now trying to get another part for it.
You're stuck.
And in the meantime...
Wait a minute. So since June, they've been supplying you a car?
They've been supplying me a rental car because of the extended warranty that I have.
Okay. What's the name of your extended warranty? Is it part of Subaru or is it an independent one?
I believe... I don't have... I apologize. I don't have that with me. It's in my car.
Well, I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed that for 6 months they've been basically... 6, 7, 8 months they've been supplying you a car. What are they? What's the end game here? What do they say? This is incredible.
Well, that's the problem I'm having, Tom, and the reason why I called. I'm getting anybody to return my calls or return my emails has been difficult. I started this process December 5th, and until I filed complaints with the Better Business Bureau, the Attorney General, and the...
God, this is incredible. Okay, so wait a minute.
We hear this all the time. They can't get the part.
So What the heck?
The part that was supposed to replace it failed, and now they're trying to get another part. I was talking with my service advisor just last month, and I asked, when do you think I'm going to get my car back? And he said, well, I have a problem because the length of time that you have had, your part has been on order, it aged out. And
what?
So now
Wait. So wait, it ages out and you got to put in another order, or what? Do you start from scratch? What are they saying?
That's my question, and I haven't gotten any answers. They said after 6 months, it ages out.
It ages out.
So, I'm just making up numbers here. Let's say I was 25 on the list
I get it.
of 100 people waiting for this part. Now, am I number 100, or did I go back to 25? Nobody has given me any timeline on when I can expect this part to go into my car.
Oh, my God. What is the actual part right now we're waiting for?
If I'm not mistaken, it is the wiring harness that holds the engine control module. There's three. My understanding, there's three wiring harnesses from the transmission to the engine control module, and they've replaced the first two, is my understanding, and then it went to the third one, and that's the one that we're waiting on.
Okay, we need to have somebody call and figure out what's going on. I mean, this is almost impossible to believe. Hey, Deputy Dollar.
My local dealership, they have been so good. I have been getting a rental car, but like I said, I believe that's through my warranty.
Whoever it is, what difference does it make? But we still have to call and figure out what's going on. I'm particularly interested in this, Dollar. If you call it. It is when it ages out, whatever that means, the request ages out. Does she go to the back of the list, or does she maintain, when they renew the order, does she maintain her place in line? This is crazy. But as Mark said, we've heard this before about parts. It's becoming impossible to get certain parts, and people are stuck. They're just stuck. So hold on. And I mean, honest to God, it's just impossible. Those listening, I hope you can learn this. And this is what you have to learn. You have to figure out parts availability before you buy something. You're going to have to do some research to see which cars have the worst time getting parts. Debbie, hold on. I'll have Deputy Dollar get some information and call for you and see what we can find out. I want to talk to Michael now. Michael has a question on a class action lawsuit. Michael, what's happening?
Good morning.
Hey, Michael.
My mother was involved in a class action lawsuit.
Which one was it? Which one was it?
It's United States Steel.
And what was the lawsuit against U.S. Steel? I'm curious because I keep a tally of these, and I don't see this one.
They had a discharge of some pollution in 2019 in the area in the Mon Valley, and my mother had COPD.
Okay, and she's part of a big. So there was actually a big class of people who were affected like this.
Yes.
Wow.
And I'm guessing she's passed away.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, think about that, Tom. I mean, who's the plaintiff now? I guess the estate becomes the plaintiff.
So what is your question, sir? What's going on?
I want to find out if a judgment has been reached in this, and if
that's what I'm looking at right now. I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up, and I don't see it. U.S. Steel.
Tom, I found that lawsuit.
Please.
What's that?
I found that lawsuit. It's called Hernandez v. United States Steel Corporation, and it was for people on behalf of the people who lived in the Mon Valley between December 2018 and April 2019. Is this the lawsuit that our caller is referring to?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so. I have other names for it, but yeah.
Okay.
That sounds like it.
So I have the phone number.
How do you know about this?
Well, I searched for it while you and the caller were discussing
I was searching for it on the class action database.
I think we get Dan McKenzie on and see how this works, because this must happen a lot.
But furthermore, I have phone numbers for both the class counsel and the case administrator. So
well, that's what counts. What do they say the awards are? Do you know?
It doesn't say. It doesn't say yet. It doesn't say on this particular website.
Okay. Well, if they don't know what even class she was inside the class, I mean, I would assume someone has to stand up in her benefit and actually take her place, right?
Yeah, well, you know what? Actually, as you said, Mark, this must happen where an estate ends up being the beneficiary. What happens?
Especially with something like this or asbestos or something that can cause death.
Now, did she die from these complications? Did she actually die because of it or just coincidentally?
No, she died of COPD.
Golly. All right, let's get Dan McKenzie on and figure this out. Tell me where have you searched so far? Have you called the law firm or have you contacted anyone at all as far as the class action? Have you done any kind of follow-up at all?
No, it was difficult because they sent me the paperwork on my old phone. My old phone was a small flip phone, and I haven't been able to download the paperwork off. I could just read little bits of it.
Do you want me to give you the phone number for the class counsel?
Yeah, do that. Give him that number. He's going to have to at least start. But I also want to get McKenzie on. But go ahead. Give him that number.
Okay, I'm going to give it to you twice, slowly. Area code 412-545-3473. That number again is area code 412-545-3473.
Yeah, okay. Now, I want just to ask McKenzie a general question, if he can help us figure out what happens when you have an estate now instead of the person and the class action is settled. Hold on, Michael. Okay. Hey, Kevin, I'm going to come right back to you on this auto accident. If you can hang on, I'd appreciate it. 303-713-TALK. You want the guaranteed lowest price right now? We call it the GLP promise. The guaranteed lowest price on furnace replacement. Renew Home Innovations.com. 303-904-2000.
Yep.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver. Denver's talk station. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. Now, impact traffic.
Yeah, we had a stall I-25 northbound at Yale in the left lane. They just got it cleared a few minutes ago, but it did back up past Hamden, almost back into the tech center, in fact. So it's going to be running a little sluggish in there for a little bit. Other than that, volume certainly is light out here. We've had a lot of police monitoring speeds on the highways, doing some radar, so keep those speeds down. Other than that, we've got maybe into the foothills a little slowing on US 6 west of Golden. One other accident. Watch for this one down on the southwest corner, eastbound C470, the ramp at Kipling. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by the Our American Stories podcast.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll share the story of how one of America's great business leaders got his start as a paperboy. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
Joseph A. Lazzara, or just Joe Lazzara, he is a criminal defense attorney, and I love the way he does business, and you will too. If you're accused of anything, you're under stress, charged with something, you need help, don't do it alone, and don't search under pressure. I've done the searching for you, and I urge you to call Joe Lazzara, and here's how it works. He'll talk to you up front, free of charge, no pressure. If you want to hire Joe Lazzara, then he quotes you a flat rate for the entire case. It doesn't get any easier than that. Lazzara, LazzaraLegal.com, 303-429-6200. That's 429-6200. Hey, I know you're hearing about solar going away when it comes to federal tax incentives, but there are plenty of incentives for commercial solar systems. And that's exactly what Alliance can do for you, a commercial system, not just for an obvious business or factory or warehouse, but what about a landlord, an agribusiness, a home-based business, they have programs for you too. Call Alliance to get started. They know about federal incentives. They know about selling power back to the end user to make a profit. Call them. Alliance Roof and Solar, 303-704-2449, 303-704-2449.
And he have part of the deal would
Producing
be,
stuff?
and this is through the two
Yeah, I'm
realtors,
sure
the one
they-
I'm dealing with and theirs, everything would be off of there and no existing leases,
But there was one there that said we could rent it, so we could stay there.
probably. You could stay there. I'll park next to you. But I love it. I love it because I think 100 units, if you could cash flow it at 20 to 25, think of the upside on that. And then I'd want to get the hell out of it in 5 or 10.
Oh yeah, if not even sooner.
Yeah, if not even sooner. And if the city's willing to give us huge breaks, man.
And then I guess you could look at, obviously having to get one unit, and that could be your property manager, so he does all the leases and all that kind of stuff.
He does all that shit and he lives there for free. A guy that's lived there for, the guy we're looking for. I mean, that guy.
Yeah.
And there's quite a few there in those small towns. And in this size town, they know the fucking people. They're like, no, we're not renting to him.
Did they identify the guy in that video? I'm reading where they identified him and with the mask on. I doubt it, right? Did
No.
they? Okay.
That's population's going down. That's one research I found, but I don't know if it's growing now or not. Or
They don't have any housing right now. The biggest thing is there's no rentals. That's why the city's willing to do virtually anything.
And I saw where one person was looking. They had the approved building permit to build, I think, a 20 or 30 unit building, but they never broke ground. And that was approved like 5 or 6 years ago.
That's a long time ago. There's nothing. If you go, I've looked at rentals, homes. There's nothing there. It's quite remarkable. And the college brings in quite a few kids. When that trailer park was new, it was almost all college kids and people that worked at the college. But that's 30 years ago. Then they just never upkept it. I mean, you see what it looks like. They totally let it go. I don't know what the life of a trailer is, but I'm guessing probably 30 years if the upkeep is sweet.
Right. You could have again, if you own it and you're renting them, well, then you get to, you're in charge of the outside upkeep.
You're in charge of everything.
So we have to have somebody come and mow and.
Yeah. That's the guy that lives in that trailer for free. And we also pay.
Right. Yeah.
And his son.
His wife.
And his daughter and his wife, whoever's living there.
Right.
We'll get him a double wide.
Right. And you could have a couple bigger ones that, if you got a family.
Oh, definitely. I don't think the price difference is, I don't think it's double. I would guess probably maybe add. Say it's 40. I don't think.
I hear the halftime show.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it's like
I hear the halftime show for the Super Bowl next year will be the Ayatollah.
But modular, just not necessarily mobile home.
Nobody's listening to me.
I heard you.
Kind of rough, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're so.
He's going to do his new hit song. He's going to do his new hit song, Death to America.
Anybody listen to Tom anymore?
Oh, God.
Modulars would be fine, too. That's all pricing. It's all cash flow.
Right. What can we do cheapest?
Yeah, exactly.
That has quality that we can up.
Yeah, something you power wash. I mean, really, that's going to be the upkeep. I like zero-scaping.
With an X.
How far of a drive is that from here?
4.5.
I don't know. He's
Hauling.
got his headphones on. Mark, are you?
I can hear him.
It doesn't matter. I'm just background noise right now.
I mean, it's.
We're used to
we
you
gotta,
babbling.
We need to have visits. We need to visit our elderly relatives.
Tom, I'll tell you this. That guy did come out, and he did an interview last night around 1:30 a.m. I saw it live.
What guy?
And the reason the FBI.com.
Oh, wait. Hi, I'm Tom Martino. You're a troubleshooter. 303-713 talk. Yes, Mark, go ahead.
So during the break, we were talking about, you said, hey, I saw they were actually questioning someone. Someone was actually being held.
As far as the Guthrie case, yes.
Yeah, so I couldn't get sleep last night because of that stupid case. Once I heard they were interrogating someone, I was up. So around 1 o'clock, 1:30 our time, it breaks that they let him loose. And it might have been before that. That's when I saw it on Fox. But here was the funniest damn thing. So they're interviewing him, and they said, well, what brought the cops here? You'll never guess what brought him to his house, Tom.
Who? His friend? His neighbor?
Mother-in-law.
His mother.
His mother-in-law said, that looks like my son-in-law's eyes, and that's why the FBI went to his house.
Okay, and this guy had nothing. He's never been to Guthrie at all. I mean, he has nothing to do. Okay.
So the interesting part, why I think, and I'm not sure about this, it went through, he's a delivery driver, and I think his cell phone records were there, but he delivers to that area all the time.
Okay.
So they probably pinged his phone there before they interviewed him, saw that he was in the neighborhood at that period of time, and then you got his mother-in-law saying, that's my son-in-law.
You know,
I'd kill her.
You know, we don't realize how...
There'd be 2 missing ladies in that town.
We don't realize how much we're tracked. I was going to say, like, that's another thing to think about. Wherever you go, they can zero in on a cell, and they can identify all of the phones in that particular cell.
So once they know who you are, and they get access to any of your digital devices, any of them, that's where they nail you. That's where they can say, oh, you said you were at the Walmart or the Circle K. You were never there. You were over here.
Right. Kevin, what's going on with your car accident? How can we help you, Kevin?
Well, let's see. I got in an accident on January 2nd, and I have been trying to get a hold of their insurance company.
Okay, you don't have to do that. Was it their fault?
Yes.
Okay.
Were they cited, and was there any injuries?
No injuries, and they were cited.
Okay, and what do you mean you're trying to get a hold of their insurance? Why?
To make the claim to get my car fixed.
You know, you don't have a contract with their insurance company. I mean, I had the same thing happen to me. It was my son's car, but the other party wasn't responding to me, and you go after the other party. That's what Deputy D and I were doing. Deputy D was helping me logistically, and what we were doing is suing the other party, and that's what you need to do. Forget their insurance. You have damages. You have an amount. Now you have to go after the other party. It's not that his insurance company or her insurance company, whatever, they do not have an obligation to you. You're not the insured. They don't have to call you back. Now,
or run it through your own, and your insurance company will subrogate.
If he has the right coverage. Do you have collision coverage?
No, I just got property and liability.
Okay, so you're going to have to get them to pay. How much are your damages?
$3,000.
Okay, that's small claims court.
What's the year, make, model, and accident history?
It's a 2000 Honda Civic, and it's never been wrecked.
Well, you probably got, being as old as that, I would limit it around 10%, an additional amount. Do you know why?
No, what's that mean?
Tom?
Yeah, why?
Well, why would you? Why? If he had a perfect Carfax and then the vehicle got totaled.
Because he's going to lose that value.
Yes.
Now, Kevin, so what he's saying is you not only go for the damages, but you go for a little loss of value. The older the car...
Diminished value.
Right, diminished value. And the older the car, the less your diminished value. In other words, if you had a really new car, the diminished value can be a lot of money. But if you have an older car... the diminished value is less. But here's the bottom line. You have to go after the other party. Have you been in touch with the other party, Kevin? Do they keep telling you, just call my insurance? Because that's a favorite thing for them to do. That's what other parties like doing. They like to put it on you. Are they putting it on you to contact their insurance company?
Pretty much, yes.
Well, you have to tell them, here's what I did to the other party. And Dee will remember this. I said to the other party, hey, Mac, you owe me the money. I don't care if your insurance calls me or not. This guy actually had the nerve to say, you didn't contact my insurance company in time. And I said, what the hell? I have no obligation to contact your insurance company. See, Kevin, you are just going after the wrong entity. You have no obligation to file a claim with their insurance company. They have to file the claim. So, what's the name, out of curiosity, of the other insurance company?
Let me see here.
It should be
Fred Loya, the general.
No, listen, think about it. I got to take this break, but we're going to help you. You're going to go after the other party, and you're going to get paid because they're going to start bitching at their insurance company. We got more coming right up. I'm Tom Martino.
Okay.
Now, impact traffic.
Yeah, we had a stall I-25 northbound at Yale in the left lane. They just got it cleared a few minutes ago, but it did back up past Hamden, almost back into the tech center, in fact. So it's going to be running a little sluggish in there for a little bit. Other than that, volume certainly is light out here. We've had a lot of police monitoring speeds on the highways, doing some radar, so keep those speeds down. Other than that, we've got maybe into the foothills, a little slowing on US 6 west of Golden. One other accident. Watch for this one down on the southwest corner, eastbound C470, the ramp at Kipling. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
What should you do when everyone around you thinks differently than you do? This week on Red Pilled America, we tell the story of actor Nick Searcy, who's been able to survive and thrive inside Hollywood's culture of groupthink while remaining openly conservative. Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app. That's Red Pilled America.
You know, I've known K&H for 45 years. They have been around for 65 years. I've known all three owners. K&H Home Solutions, great products for your home, whether it be windows, siding, or doors or more. K&H has what you're looking for, including painting pros, and they have new siding that requires zero maintenance. You know, a lot of people are getting into this. Here's the bottom line. You want no maintenance. You want energy efficiency. You want beauty. Get it with Home Solutions from K&H Home Solutions. 303-421-7100, 421-7100, khwindows.com. Hey, do you know what Mark and Sue's have? A beautiful bath. And you know who did it? DiscountBath.com. I love Discount Bath. I'll tell you why. They give you the best prices. Yeah, and they give you the best deals on your bathroom remodel. And you can put them to the test without them even coming to your home. Go to discountbath.com, get an upload link. Now, that link is where you can send a video of your project. So take your smartphone, go in the bath and say, I want to move the toilet, or I want a double vanity, or I want a walk-in shower, or I want to move this wall. Do it to any bath you have that you want to change. Then upload that video. They send you a price, and that's it. Discount Bath, the best prices, the best deals on your bath. 720-979-2322. 720-979-2322. Discountbath.com.
Other thing is
Ordering on Brilliant.
as long as they have a nice trailer. We don't want any.
Well, I think you could do some RV spots there too.
Easily.
Mark, are you talking about buying a trailer park?
Mark.
Each one has their own water.
Is he?
own
Never mind. I don't
electric,
care.
and
I don't care. Fuck them.
Sewer.
So is it a RV park right now, or
No.
an actual?
Are you going to buy it? Is Mark going to buy a park or a spot?
No, a park.
Well, man, I told you I wanted to do that with you.
I know. I'm doing all the due diligence.
Okay.
You will be part of it.
Good. Because, man, that's a license to print money.
Troubleshooter Show. Did you want to talk to Tom and the gang?
You'll be how we get up there for emergencies.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, we need a paint job. Better go look at it.
Yeah.
Tom, pick me up in Evergreen.
Yeah, okay, cool.
How fast can that thing fly, honestly?
Well,
how
to
fast
be
are you
honest
gonna
with you,
cruise
to be
normally?
honest with you, the fastest I can go, the fastest
No,
is
but what would the average be?
Well, the average is about 110, 100 to 110. I can go 125 top speed.
But if you're cruising for hours, you would stay at about 100.
100 to 110. That's 110 knots. So it would be, it would be a little, it would like miles an hour, about 115, 120 miles an hour. Here's the deal, man. Here's the problem. They're not really built for speed. They're built for they're not even built for flying.
They're built for old guys.
Yeah, exactly. They're fun.
Okay.
But the military ones, holy shit, some of those go fast. The Blackhawks and stuff, those sons of bitches can move. They have some other ones too. They have some the ones that went in for not the Ayatollah, but for Bin Laden. Those sons of bitches have capabilities we don't know about.
It's like that Marine one, right?
Don't they have? They have one that's almost silent. I heard. I mean,
what's that? Oh, the one they landed and killed Osama. Yeah.
Now, Marine
what
One.
Is that thing Trump calls now the disorienter? I love the disorienter.
Yeah. By the way, Marine One is slow, really slow.
Okay.
That's
But it's got a bathroom.
Not only that, it's got a lot of missiles.
So it says single wise 50 to 100.
Good morning, Tom Martino Show.
Well, that's a hell of a stretch.
Well,
that's buying one. And they're probably, I mean, if you finance it, you probably pay $300,000.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
Then in the very back, we could do tough sheds. No,
I don't think people need storage out there
for living quarters.
We'll call them campgrounds.
The shanties.
That's right, chateau.
Yeah.
Good. Well, then we can charge more.
Tom, Google says there's a Bell helicopter does about 350 miles an hour.
Oh, there is not.
All right. Yeah. Google.
Come on.
Oh, there's helicopters that can probably go faster than that.
No, not 350. I don't know of any helicopter in the world that can do that. None.
On the iHeartRadio app.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, DenverRegen.com. You got painful joints and tendons, DenverRegen.com. In addition to hair refurbishment and hair replenishment and, of course, the weight loss drugs, they also do testosterone and stem cell therapy, DenverRegen.com. Hey, welcome to the show. What's going on in your life and how can we help you? That's what we ask every day, and we're going to go to Kevin about this insurance. Kevin, it's a clear-cut case here, bro. If they hit you and they're at fault, you go after them directly. And I don't know why you haven't done it yet.
A lot of people don't know.
Yeah, exactly. This is my first accident that I've had.
Deputy D, tell him what he does.
It's a company. It's not an individual. So.
Oh wait! Hold on. Well, it is both an individual and a company.
In the suit.
Exactly.
The plaintiff is both. I'm sorry, the defendant is both.
Now, what entity is it?
It's Roy Jorgensen Company.
What is that? What do they do?
I think it's like area maintenance, that type of stuff.
Did you get the name of the person that was driving?
I have his information for his driver's license.
Excellent.
You know, that's a big ass company, man. Did you try just going to their office and say, what the hell?
Yeah, that's what I did to try to get their insurance company information.
You know what I do? Just what Tom's saying, but you're going to serve them right there at their office. They're going to make it easy on you.
Right. Don't bother trying to listen. You don't have to get their insurance and go to their insurance. Do you understand? Their insurance company has absolutely no obligation to you, nor do they care. The only time the insurance company will care is if that their customer complains. You got to get their customer to complain by going after their customer. Now, what is the insurance company? You never told us.
Let's see here. It is Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management Services.
That's the claim. That's the claims company. That's the one that does their claims, but that's not the carrier. So listen, you got to go after the entity, and if you need help, we can help you as far as logistically how to do it. But Mark hit it on the head. You go to small claims court, you serve them right there at the office, and you serve the individual too at the office because he works there. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a cheat, Tom. It's the Osprey.
The Osprey. Oh, but that's like a plane at the same time.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, Mark looked it up too. It's a Bell helicopter, but it is an Osprey.
Yeah. So that's a whole different ball game, man.
You're right.
No, that's still a helicopter.
Nah, it's kind of converts to a plane though to go that fast.
No, yeah, completely. That's why it's its own category. But I saw some article that the Chinook can hit 200 miles an hour. That seems crazy.
I find that hard to believe.
Right?
What was that old one? Wolf. It was a helicopter show called Wolf.
It was it's a 222. I believe it's a Bell or something. It's the designation is 222.
Wasn't it fast as hell too?
Yeah, they're fast. Those are really fast, but they're not.
But I know.
But really fast for a helicopter would be like almost 200. They're not built for speed. The Osprey is a whole different ball game.
Right, yeah, that almost doesn't count. Because I just asked Google the fastest.
Oh, okay, because, the Harrier jet, that can do verticals, ups and downs.
The Harrier jet would classify as the slowest jet.
Yeah.
Because it can pause midair. No, that doesn't count. That's funny.
But the Bell, I believe it's a 222 is the designation. I think it is. Anyway, I might be wrong. 222 helicopter. If you look at those are fucking beautiful. God damn. Yeah, look, it's the Bell 222A. What's the performance on that? Hold on. I'm looking at it. The performance is
Airwolf.
Oh, max speed 147 knots. So that would be about 160 miles an hour. That's pretty damn fast. I'm stepping away.
Goodbye.
Mark, Sue says that she'd like you to call her.
Oh.
Call her what?
Hey, babe. Okay, let me call. Bye.
Yeah, Kelly.
What?
Exercise could help with your chronic depression.
Depressed?
You're bumming me out.
Suzanne, tell her I'm getting it handled right now. I don't know what's going on. Hey, I got Fix-It trying to call in for those interviews that are scheduled. No one's answering that number.
Hi, Eric. This is Kelly from the Tom Martino Troubleshooter Show. Just calling you back. We spoke briefly yesterday. Sorry we didn't.
Today 2/11 at 11 a.m. for both the Business Connection and the Morning News.
Call it 303 Martino, which is 303-627-8466. We can certainly accommodate that. Thanks so much. Bye.
I think you were just recording them, right? Yeah, call me right back because she's blowing up my phone. Bye.
God, this state is so fucked up.
Well, now that's a national story with a local angle, but still.
Yep.
Yeah, Crow is pretty serious trouble.
That's my congressman.
So's the black feller from Boulder.
You know, it does my heart proud.
I can't believe you eat all that candy.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Jason Crow is my
It's pretty sweet for me.
Catalina is now being searched for Guthrie. What?
Who? What are you talking about?
Look Look at the latest on Guthrie. Why is it? Are they searching Catalina? I thought.
Catalina?
Which is a great place to die. I knew somebody who died in Catalina.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, Mark.
Natalie
I hope
Wood?
it works out.
Might have been.
Die there?
One of our former hosts here died there.
I think you just got to make a really good deal with the damn manufacturer.
Not even
Yeah,
mine.
I've had a few
Fun
customers
fact.
go with like a fire claim and their house.
Never
was
been to
basically
Catalina.
Toast,
Raised
had to be
in
bulldozed, and
That's
they just
fine.
plopped a modular right in its place.
Yeah.
Good morning.
And
Tom
it's
Martino Show.
they're built really, really
They
well.
have to be built to meet code through all 50 states.
Oh, hi,
And
Eric.
the ones that
Yeah.
are actually county code are called
Yesterday,
not modular. What's the other one? It's a regular house, but it's assembled on site. But it actually has the county and the
prefab.
city.
Yeah, prefab.
My dad used to work for a company.
Fabricated.
When I was a little
with you
kid called Wausau
momentarily,
Homes,
okay?
and they'd bring the house on a flatbed.
Yeah.
We lived in one, so they'd bring in a flatbed, the house is built and done, move-in ready in 4 days.
Wow.
There used to be a Sears in Montgomery Wards had a house you could buy
Yeah.
That's right.
in the catalog.
Tesla's got one.
A house?
Yeah.
Tesla's got a modular?
I saw a video. I don't know if it's
Yeah, it could
something
be.
that's promotional and coming out, but yeah.
Maybe his robots are building it.
Huh.
His robots will be building themselves soon.
Right.
I can't believe they're not selling my model anymore. I
Saw that.
I was almost thinking of not getting it, but I'm like, fuck it, I'm getting it.
Do you have your new one yet?
20th, I can pick it up on 9 days.
Okay.
Oh, I thought this was the one you had now. No longer being made.
Same thing.
Yeah,
It's an
Tesla.
S, Model S.
Tesla tiny house.
I gotta look it up.
I don't know.
That's
I gotta see
what
the picture
we'll
of
do.
it.
The only Tesla tiny houses. Hey,
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show, along with Major Marc Mager back at the studio with our guest today. Mark, who do we have?
we have Marc Szymanski. He is with Genesis Total Exteriors, friend of the show and friend of mine, quite frankly, and yours. And then Matt Stanford, Paragon Services, who has personally 2 times gotten me 75 or 80,000 and 50,000 when my homeowners refused to pay a nickel. He's gotten me over $100,000.
You know, I'd love to see Mark's clue report. For those listening, a clue report is a record of all insurance claims under your name and how much has been paid out. Just like a credit report is on your credit, a clue report is on your insurance history. Mark, I just can't believe you're not surcharged out the ass when you go to get insurance because of your clue. You've collected, you'll never pay enough premiums to be in the red. You're always going to be in the black. You're always going to be in the black.
That far.
You're always going to be in the black. You've gotten hundreds of thousands from insurance, haven't you?
No, I've gotten over 100, but I mean, our insurance.
Your
I
bill.
don't even remember how much it is. I think I pay 12 to 15,000. It might even be higher than that a year.
Oh wow! But that's including the kids, right?
No, they haven't lived with us.
Oh, okay. So that is a lot of money.
I kicked them to the curb years ago.
Jim's got a question on inheritance. Hi, Jim. I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. What's going on?
Yes. My son-in-law became a guardian of a minor, and a minor.
And how, was that? What were the circumstances? What were the circumstances, Jim? You have to tell me where he became a guardian.
The minor's dad committed suicide in front of the minor.
Oh my God! And your son became his guardian. Was your son? What was the relationship of your son with this kid?
He was a good friend. It's not my son-in-law.
Son-in-law, sorry.
Anyhow, he was good friends with the dad that committed suicide.
Oh, I see. Anyway, what is your question on that? That is a terrible situation. And how old is the child?
Yes. 17.
Okay.
Just turned 17.
Okay, so what is your question?
So he received $11,500 or $11,005.
Who did?
In inheritance from the estate.
Oh, the boy did?
My understanding. Yes.
Okay.
So so I've heard that over a certain dollar amount, $11,005 in particular, that inheritance has to go into an irrevocable trust. I've been doing some research, and I have not found the laws that specifically say that for Colorado. So
Let's get
McKenzie.
We got to get it. We got to get an attorney on, Dan McKenzie, and we'll ask Dan McKenzie that other question we had about an estate in a class action lawsuit. Kachina, did you try to get McKenzie on before?
Yeah, he was on, but he is unavailable currently
Damn
until
it.
this afternoon.
So he can't come on at all today, is what you're saying. He'll have an answer for us, Jim.
Afternoon.
What's that?
He can this afternoon.
Okay.
Just not
So
right now.
okay. So Jim, let's call you back and get an attorney on to get you some free legal advice on this, and then we can answer your question. What are your questions? You have to have there. It is true that with a minor, there has to be an irrevocable trust under certain circumstances. So what is your question?
Well, the question is, since it's such a low amount and it's right on the cusp of some other rules, do we need a trust?
Okay.
My understanding is you can't have it. The state says something you can't have it. He can't have it until 21. So it's
Okay.
along the way.
No, I got it. I got it.
Range.
We're gonna get that answer for you. So if you hang on, Kachina will get your number. We'll call you back because we will have Dan McKenzie on a little later to talk about this because we have two questions for him now. So Jim, hang on. Thank you. Eric's got a comment on gold and Bitcoin. We've been talking over the past about gold, about the price of gold, about collection, about buying it safely, about taking custody of gold or having a gold ETF, which is an exchange traded fund on the stock market, or whatever. We also talked about Bitcoin, and Bitcoin also has an ETF, which is an exchange traded fund. Eric, what is your comment?
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
Your guest yesterday, it was an awesome show yesterday, by the way.
Thank you.
The guy is so full of knowledge. And I agree with 99% of what he and you guys are saying.
Now, were you talking about Deputy D about the gold and about investing in gold?
Yeah, he was talking about buying gold locally. And,
he's really, really good. Yeah. So what is your comment?
So at the towards the end, he mentioned crypto. And he said it's like a these are not his words, but in effect, he said it's sort of like a Ponzi scheme. It was only valuable if you could find somebody,
that's right.
buy it for more than
he says
right?
In and of itself, there is no value. That's right. He said that it's whatever value other people put on it.
Right. And I would agree with that in regards to like Bitcoin and a lot of the other crypto. But there's a fairly new class of crypto called utility tokens. And they actually are serving a purpose. There's one called, say, XRP, and it is going to basically, it's like the pipes and the tracking for a new banking system that's been being tested for like the last 13 years, and it's utilized to like transferring if the United States wanted to transfer $1 billion over to the UK or to Greenland, maybe they wanted to buy Greenland or something,
right?
And they had to transfer. Right now, you do that through a wire through the SWIFT banking system. Right?
Yeah.
And it takes, 3 to 5 days for that to solidify and clear up. And in that time frame, you got exchange rates involved, and they charge about, I think it's like a 5% charge for doing it. Whereas XRP can do it within about 3 seconds, make that same transfer for about less than 1%. And so a lot of the big companies, like big banks and everybody, are buying a lot of these utility tokens because it's going to be basically like like a digitized money. So they're talking about digitizing real estate and all these different things that they want to put on.
So what is the thing? What would you actually be investing in?
So you're buying XRP, which there are now XRP ETFs, another one called HBAR, another different kind of process. And so you're buying those tokens, and those tokens are used in the transfer of that money. And so back and forth, so millions and billions and trillions of dollars that are transferred around the world every day, they can either go through the old archaic SWIFT system, which they compare to like the U.S. mail compared
right.
to
So you
email,
are investing.
right?
You are investing in a service, basically, in a service business. For lack of a better term, you're basically buying a piece of that company that provides a service.
Well, these tokens are independent of the companies that use it, but they buy the tokens and they use it in the transfer of the money.
But the token,
ongoing.
okay, I see.
Yeah.
Hey,
So it actually does have value. And
so how do you describe?
It's different than Bitcoin.
I get what you're saying, because the token represents a service.
Correct. And it's kind of like my poor analogy would be like the XRP and the HBAR are the general store at the gold rush, where the miners are going out and getting the gold, but then they have to come to the general store to buy their shovels and gold pans, and they have to transfer their gold into dollars. So XRP and utility tokens are sort of that, if you would get the analogy. They're sort of the underpinnings of all that transferring of monies going on.
And why would people use this system for transferring money as opposed to SWIFT?
So like there's another one called XLM, and that's sort of like transfer. You lost a friendly bet of $20 to your buddy, and you got to send him $20. There's a level of that. And then the XRP is more at the nation and corporation level of transferring funds. So
I understand. But what I'm asking is, why would they use this as opposed to the existing systems?
Okay, so the existing system, you have to put up money to guarantee the transfer. The transfer can take, like I said, 3 to 5 days. And it might be, $10 billion. It's sitting idle for, 5 days.
Most wires take, if you get them off by noon, they're there that same day.
A lot of them, they get there, but then it has to settle. And they say the average settlement date is 3 to 5 days for big money. We're talking big money.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's sitting there, not earning interest, not being put to work. And we're talking trillions of dollars around the world daily that are going through this process.
What are these tokens called? What are these tokens called?
One is called, look up XRP is one. HBAR, HBAR is one. XLM, X Lima Mary is another one. There's one called Flare, FLARE. And they all serve a different purpose. And I totally agree I'm a big gold guy too, by the way. And I really was interested in your ETF you're talking about with gold. I couldn't catch the name of the ETF.
Well, there's more than one. There's more than one.
The one that I invest in, that symbol is GLD. And I found that it's very widely traded. It has very tight spread between bid and ask, and it's got perfect liquidity. It's
excellent.
It's the biggest one on the market.
There's an ETF called XRPC, is in Canary, is the company behind it. But it looks like BlackRock is about to launch a XRP ETF. And so these have gone through the Clarity Act and all those different things that are going through Congress right now that have been kind of certified.
Yeah.
And I would agree with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's valuable because somebody else is willing to pay more for it. It just has no utility right now until these XRPs can come online, and then you could actually maybe use your Bitcoin to buy things instead of just having it sit there, losing and gaining value in a cold wallet or something.
Right. Well, when it always makes me laugh when people talk about Bitcoin as being valuable, and the thing that they relate it to get the value is the dollar. So that, it's really a dichotomy here. They're saying, wait a minute, the dollar's not worth crap. I have Bitcoin instead. And yet, to get the value of the Bitcoin, it's got to go back to $1. So the dollar is still supreme. I mean, eventually, will they have Bitcoins ubiquitous in transactions? Will it be an everyday occurrence? I don't know. Right now, the dollar still reigns supreme. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. He is the man when it comes to valuing your home for sale. What that means is this. You want to know what it will sell for. He'll get you an analysis of your home and what it will sell for on the market, what you will net, and what you can buy. It's a free service. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
Thank you. Hey, I'd like a little credit for that one. I potted him down before you said anything, knowing that you were going to give us that Donahue. Did you must have watched Donahue a lot.
Yes.
How they'd go to break and he'd, kind of give that quick little, will we start eating people in the future? Who knows? We'll be back after this.
Women
always had that lockout.
at the top of Group A. The quarterfinals begin Friday.
For NBC's live coverage from Italy, search Olympics on the free iHeartRadio app.
I love great companies like Sheridan Auto Tech. Why? First of all, great value, experience, honesty, longevity, convenience. My goodness, you can't explain better details for an auto repair shop. I'm telling you, you couldn't want more. SheridanAutotech.com. Uncle Kevin, I call him because he treats his customers like family. So give them a call if you need maintenance, repairs, electrical issues, or pre-buy inspections on used cars. 303-455-7242. Even new cars under contract, under warranty, you can still take it there for regular service and save tons of money. 303-455-7242 on Colfax west of Wadsworth, SheridanAutotech.com.
Yeah, but what I mean is, it's endless. It makes my brain swim.
I always watch.
So we can look.
Yep, Donahue, the best.
Pretty much during the
Yeah, they crossed over a bit.
I went there a couple days ago.
And not that you have to go there because you can get designer wherever. But if you go down there.
I went to Dahl, the one you recommended.
Downtown.
I was there a couple days ago.
Okay.
And Mark, and it's a wonderful store, but it wasn't very useful to me for the following reasons. There's a sign that says no retail sales, and there are no prices available to me, and it's a small selection relative to what I'm accustomed to. And I understand why they don't want to provide me prices.
Maury Povich.
But it makes it impossible for me to comparison shop. Final example I'll
Here's
give
one
you,
of the
just,
things
and then I really want to hear what you say, is I was at Floor & Decor last night, and there's a tile that I saw, and it was $79. And then there's my second favorite, which is a very close second favorite, was $23. It was the easiest decision I've ever had to make.
Yeah.
Right? And if I went to Dahl,
off your head.
you and I would have that conversation
I already
well over 100.
Oh, she was the best.
A or B, like at the eye doctor,
Yeah, the reason I bring up Dahl is because if you don't find things you like at Floor & Decor, then Dow Tile's your next stop.
Yeah.
They have the latest trends. They have the things that they're coming out.
Yeah.
And so that's the reason if you don't like things at Floor & Decor, that's a great place to
Oh, I don't just not dislike them. I love that store. I relish every second I spent at that store. I wish they had an apartment for rent upstairs that I could move into above that store.
Coming back, baby.
The one thing where they made a huge mistake, the bathroom looks like shit. That should have been their showcase. You walk in the bath, it looks like a gas station.
Oh, their own bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh.
It looks like a gas station bathroom. It's about as clean as one, too. They should have made it into the Taj Mahal of their product.
And you think they would update it, once a quarter or something because
I don't like when we're talking about skiing here and folks say hit the
They're trying to sell sinks and faucets and all this shit too.
They didn't used to sell that stuff. It used to just be flooring and tile.
Yeah.
Who's that, guys?
Floor and decor.
They're starting to sell vanities.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, they have
Oh,
a
the
whole
cabinets. You can buy everything there now.
We've bought a vanity from them when our last flip. Vanities from there. Most of our tile came from them
Falcon
because the
run
cost
on?
is- You can't beat the cost.
Oh, especially in their clearance items.
Yeah, you
It
gotta be
goes
careful.
from
You
like
gotta-
$17 to
As
$1.49.
long as they have enough for your project.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Because then all of a sudden, we're short, and then you got to pay for shipping.
Oh, absolutely. That's absolutely, of
That's
course.
something you have to watch out of the clearance because that's all they have.
But Mark, their clearance is almost free.
But now, now the one thing to be aware of.
Yeah.
You guys want any coffee, anything?
I'm good.
Mark, I'll get it since you got to go back on the show. Oh, okay.
Hey, grab me a water, would you, bud?
Yep.
Thanks.
One thing, you got to decide what you want to do with it. Are you going to stay in it?
Stop being
No,
weird.
but-
Open the borders. We'll come down there and
Or
hang
you
out
should
and
be
give you
looking
money.
at things that not that you like,
Yeah,
Better yet?
but the public wants.
of course.
Drop
That's where
communism.
you and Frank.
That's what I mean. Stop being
And
weird.
so, and to say, oh, this is the latest
Okay,
trend, this
stop.
is what's in, and then look at that.
Mark, but keep in mind, my taste is timeless.
Well, I'm sure it is, Demetri.
It's
My wife is all about timeless looks.
me too.
So, but some things aren't timeless. I mean, tile. I mean, we redid our kitchen now. It's been 28 years ago, and she goes, I think you need to redo it. I'm like,
Communism and
I still love my
humanity.
kitchen.
Yeah.
I don't want to redo it. I love my quartz, and I'm sorry, we have granite. I love my granite.
I love granite.
And that's not in now. It's quartz.
Yeah, that's what Frank told me too. So I'm gonna go with quartz.
Yeah, I mean,
Because of
nice,
that.
clean, white, bright.
Mhm.
And so-
Is it cheaper?
You've done wonderful
You
work
guys
with
think the price
citrus
is
and
really
soda
low.
water, but other than that, we're done.
I mean,
I thought
unless-
it's a little more expensive.
No, if you well, it depends. If you're getting just the generic granite, that's ugly. Yeah. So you get that.
All right, let's see what happens here, Tom. Stand by.
Yeah.
App, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. We have our guest today, Mark Stanford from Paragon Services, Mark Szymanski, Matt Stanford from Paragon, and then Mark Szymanski from Genesis Total Exteriors. And I did have some questions for them that came in, and I'm trying to find them. But basically, we talked about bad faith being not just claim denial, but claim delays. And usually, you hire, when you're having an insurance claim that's big, you hire a public adjuster. And one of these questions that came in, I can't find it, but I remember what it was because we have covered it before. It's about what is a public adjuster as opposed to an independent adjuster, because insurance companies purposely like to make confusion so consumers stay stupid. A public adjuster is what Matt does. He fights insurance companies for consumers. So the insured feels like they're not being treated properly, and the insured asks for help. And the help they ask for is a public adjuster to fight the insurance adjuster. So Matt will negotiate with the insurance adjuster and say, wait a minute, this isn't right. They deserve this, 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 and this. And then they get a small percentage of what they collect. But an independent adjuster works for the insurance company. The reason they're called independent is simply because they are hired for specific tasks. Let's say there's a hurricane in Florida or a big fire in Colorado or California, and they need a bunch of claims processed. They'll hire independent adjusters who represent the insurance company and go out and try to settle claims. They're not public adjusters. Matt, have you seen with areas of devastation like fires and floods and hurricanes and storms and all of that, that people often get confused and think an independent adjuster is on their side?
Yeah, I see that a lot. And really, you see a lot of them here in Colorado. Most of them come up from Texas or Florida. And they're deployed when you have a large storm and just the volume, these staff adjusters that work directly for the insurance company, they just can't keep up.
Both times you worked for me, they were independent adjusters.
Not the gal, the
she worked for Safeco.
She worked directly for them. But that first guy, he was from out of Oklahoma.
Somewhere, right. Totally different.
And here's the weird thing. and I've never been able to figure this out. These independent adjusters get paid more for approving claims. Figure that one.
Wait a minute, for approving.
And the bigger the claim, the more they make.
The more they make, they're paid on a tiered sort of structure.
So
So
maybe that's state regulation.
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. You'd think there'd be conflict there.
No, in fact, actually, that's good news for consumers, though. If an independent adjuster gets paid for claims, and the bigger the claims, the more they make, well, I would think that that's good for the consumer because the adjuster has a vested interest in upping the claim, right?
That's true, and it's that. Again, I can't figure that out because when else can you find in any kind of area where the consumer comes out ahead in the insurance realm?
In fact, I've always joked about this. Adjusters for insurance companies, what do they adjust? They should be called reducers because they don't.
Deniers.
Yeah, deniers or reducers. They don't go into a claim, not the ones that work directly for the insurance company. They don't go into a claim with an eye on paying more. They go into a claim thinking, how can we make this less? But an independent adjuster gets paid on dollar volume, and the more claims they settle, I think the reason it's paid like that is they want to get these claims out of the way, and they use the dollar amount as a barometer as opposed to the number of cases. You would think that an independent adjuster would be paid on how many claims they settle and how much they save the insurance company. So, Matt, let me ask you this. So when you are dealing with a claim for the consumer, is it easier for you to negotiate and battle an insurance adjuster who works directly for the insurance company or a independent adjuster who's contracted?
Always the independent adjusters are better. Always.
Okay, so I
love working with them, honestly.
Good. That's not a bad thing then. The independent adjusters want to get things adjusted, and they probably like that you find more things to pay.
Yeah, normally when I meet them on site, the conversation goes something like this: "Hey, let's work to buy this thing, and then let's talk tomorrow on what we can do to make sure nothing was left out." You gotta love that. And they don't necessarily have that conversation with the homeowner, but if I'm there, that's how that goes.
And how does it go with a regular adjuster that works as an employee of the insurance company? It's totally different.
It's the opposite. They hop out of their truck ready to deny it, and it's an argument and a fight. Again, it's just always. I love seeing an independent adjuster on site. That's always the best.
And usually independent adjusters are only hired when there's a big disaster, right? I mean, they don't use them for regular hail claims or stuff like that, right?
Not necessarily the case all the time. It depends on the carrier. So State Farm, Allstate, Nationwide, these people have troops on the ground here. But a company like Colorado Farm Bureau, there's like one adjuster in Denver.
It's easy to define a denial. It's a denial. But what is a delay? What is considered a delay where you could really go after them for it? What would a delay be?
Yeah, and I'll pick back up where I left off earlier on that. So if you file a claim and they get back with you within a day or two, great. So then they assign an adjuster. Let's say the adjuster comes out to your house within a week. After that, that's when I start seeing the delay. So if they take 3 weeks to a month to even get you an estimate, that's unreasonable delay. If you fight back with supplements and they ignore you, that's delay. If you have your own expert come in with a report, let's say an engineer, submit that, they sit on it for 6 months, that's a delay too. So it's just an unreasonable stretch of time to where you're sitting there trying to get a hold of them and they're ignoring you and delaying. That's a big no-no.
Now, one example given here that I looked up was a $40,000 roof replacement. The carrier took 18 months saying they were trying to decide whether or not a replacement or repairs would be the way to go. And that's just putting it on the back burner. We're talking about a year and a half, and the jury found for the consumer. But this is what I didn't understand in this particular case I looked up. they got 2 times, not 3 times the benefit. Is a delay different than a denial? Because with an unreasonable denial, you get treble damages. But what about when it comes to delays? Is it only twice or double damages, or is that just this particular case?
That's my understanding, that you have to have delay and deny to get the treble.
Okay.
And Tom, I can offer a little bit of an insight on it. The treble damages are not a requirement. It's just that the court has the option of tripling the damages.
You're right. It's not automatic.
Mm-hmm.
So they could have found in this case double the damage just because.
Exactly.
But it doesn't
They can go from they can go from 1x to 3x. It really depends.
Or to 2x or to 1.5x.
Yeah, or exactly. 1.8, whatever.
Now, Matt, do you find that most bad faith lawsuits, do you find that most litigation goes before a jury or a judge?
A judge. I can't think of one that went in front of a jury.
Okay.
It'd be one that was removed to federal court and went all the way to the top. It's like a bench verdict from a judge usually.
Okay. And by the way, you have to prove that the insurance coverage absolutely covers it. If they delay trying to figure out coverage, and it turns out it's not covered, you have no case, no matter how long they delay. It's only if they delay and it turns out you did have coverage. So many times these delays, they are delayed and you can't do anything about it because it turns out it wasn't covered to begin with. That's a really important distinction here. Delaying something that should have been covered or delaying something that was never going to be covered are 2 different things. So don't think just because the insurance company is delaying, you're going to get paid for some kind of bad faith. That's not necessarily so. We have to take a break. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK. Remember, while we're talking about things like this around the house, let's talk about the guaranteed lowest price for furnaces. People always say, Tom, get us the guaranteed lowest price. Well, here it is. You want a furnace? They say they'll beat any price. RenewHomeInnovations.com, 303-904-2000.
Yep.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver.
An iHeartRadio station.
Ryan Schuling, Tom Martino, Michael Brown Reloaded, and Dan Caplis. This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW. Now, impact traffic.
Yeah, we're doing quite well out here. The freeways are pretty light. We're not really seeing any slow spots. We had an earlier problem coming out of the tech center at Yale, but looks like we're back to normal there. It's 10 minutes, in fact, between downtown and the tech center. 225 is a 10-minute commute out of Aurora. Pena is 15 minutes from I-70 to the terminal. 270 and I-76 looking good. And Foothills Drive, not bad. We've yet to see any rock scaling or a closure on I-70, but US 6 west of Golden, Clear Creek Canyon area do have delays as backups there with road work. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by the Our American Stories podcast.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll share the story of how an unlikely alliance brought about religious freedom. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
Frank Duran, the realestateman.com, does outbound marketing when he lists a home. You see, a lot of real estate people should just be called listers because all they do is put up a sign and put it on multi-list and then wait for others to sell the property. Frank Duran is different. Frank Duran not only lists your property, but he actively does outbound marketing and puts it in front of hundreds of thousands of people, including videos and brochures and pamphlets online and offline, regular to the public. He is unbelievable with outbound marketing. 303-920-1622. He sells for more money faster and has stats to prove it. Frank Duran, the realestateman.com. Talk about guaranteed lowest price. What about this for a furnace refurbishment? In fact, they're really the only company that does it. Other companies say they're going to clean and check your furnace, but it's commonly called in the business a blow and go. They come and blow out the cabinet of some dust and call it a check. Fix-It does it differently. They take your furnace apart and refurbish it. They clean every nook and cranny, and they adjust and tune it, and they give you a no-breakdown guarantee, and it's only $39 for new customers because they want to be your company and show you what they do. A couple of hours, furnace refurbishment, $39, 720-526-3939, or you can book online. Go to fixmyhome.com.
The best is bourbon is that fucking Jack Daniels.
Oh, your rye, right? The
fucking the rye, man.
I still haven't, I really haven't looked for it either.
I gotta just it's so good.
I need to go because I got the high school dudes coming in.
Yeah, nice.
You can buy it at Total. I don't think you're gonna find it at your local. It's gotta be a big store. It should be. It's about $80 a bottle. Best $80 bourbon. It's unbelievable. 130 proof. You got to be careful because it drinks like a 60 proof. You won't believe it's 130 proof. That's what's
smooth,
mind blowing.
Real smooth.
Real smooth.
We finally got our hot tub, and so when we first got it, I'm in there with the bourbon and like, oh my god.
Oh yeah. No, it seems like the hot tub makes it like a drink and a half.
Oh, I mean, I'm getting out.
And
whoa.
So is your hot tub up in the mountains or?
Yeah.
Yes, and you're at elevation, so. Woo.
Yeah. Did you get a 4 or 6? What'd you get?
6, the Wind River.
That's what we got.
I mean, we went in there.
Wind River Spa.
I went to all the other places, and then we went in there, and he's just like, as soon as he starts talking, and I didn't know he was the owner. I didn't know until I looked him up on the internet. But all of a sudden, my wife goes, "This is where we're buying our."
Yeah. We went to their one down on Santa Fe.
Yeah, that's where we were.
And we bought one. We've had that hot tub now 12 years. About 4 years ago, we replaced the heating element. It's like a kit. I don't know how to explain it. And they came out and put the whole kit in for $1,000. So I mean, we put $1,000 into it.
Yeah, I mean.
And it's 12 years old.
I don't remember seeing. Where is that? Is it off your master bedroom or something? I don't remember seeing that.
No, you go out on our patio. It's directly below.
Oh, it's on the ground level.
It's on the ground level.
That's
Ours
why
a
I didn't
big
see
ass
it, because I get all the time hail hits the lids.
Yeah.
And we'll get those replaced.
Ours is covered.
Yeah. Those are expensive, man.
I've had that a long time. Yeah, I get a cover. I've gone through maybe 3 covers. I probably got to order one here soon. I found a place in Mexico. They take about 6 months to get here, so you got to think ahead.
Yeah.
But they're half the price of anything in the States.
So that's probably a big ass box that shows up too.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Shows up yellow freight.
Yeah.
It's half, so
right.
it's full.
Yeah. Taco. I get those paid for all the time, man. Hail beats the crap out of those things. Oh
yeah. We used to use ours 3 to 5 times a week. Now maybe 3 or 4 a month, but it's since we got our steam shower.
Oh yeah.
We use the steam shower lately almost every day. That sumbitch is like a workout, man. You get it up to 115 and hang out for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I will get up to 180 beats per minute.
Oh my God.
For 5 or 10 minutes of it.
Hey, you combine that with a loofah?
Yeah.
That would be the best shower ever.
Essential oils.
Oh, ours has all that shit. I don't like it. If she does one herself, she'll put in that. She'll hit the button and the oil shit'll come out.
Is there lavender flavor?
Well, you have to have only one in there at a time.
Okay.
So we do have lavender, and there's one other flavor.
Do you want me to drop off some of my signature scent?
No.
Your steam
God,
shower?
no.
Yeah. It's like basking in Dimitri's presence all over again.
Oh my God.
I'll tell you what you get
Brute
out of that bad boy.
Brute fabric.
Essence of anal gland.
It'll cook shit, man. 115 is hot as fuck.
Is that hot enough to cook an egg?
You leave it in there long enough.
TrajanWealth.com.
Hi, Tom Martino. Welcome. With Marc Mager here and the studio of guests. Yes, sir.
I got big news for people listening right now. And this is coming up quick, and we're going to mention this a few times today. But Jay Bratz got together with Compass, Tom. So next week, the home show's in town. These tickets are not cheap. They are giving away, they have about 50 tickets left. Here's how it works. You basically call up Excel Roofing, and I'll give the number out at the end. We're talking insurance is what made me think of it today. They got Compass Insurance and themselves are going to be at the home show, and they're doing a quick little seminar on insurance and roofing next week. But you should go to the seminar. There's no doubt about it. But if you call up, they're going to get you those tickets, and you can go to the home show anytime that day or for the full day, and then they're going to tell you where the seminar is on the ground between 2 and 3. But this is a great way to get free tickets, plus you get to meet Jay Bratz, and you get to meet Brian Burns over at Compass and ask your questions if you have any. But I'm telling you, free home show tickets, they call 303 761 6400 303 761 6400. The only thing I got to do is look up the date. Do you know the date offhand, Thomas?
The 15th.
Is it the 15th?
No, or the 17th. Wait. Hold on. 17th. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Sorry.
a couple things. So it's the 17th.
Wait a minute.
I'll give the number out
Are you
again,
positive? Are you positive it's the 17th?
Positive. Well, unless if you and Suzanne
let me see. I have it down. No, I have it down on my calendar, so we'll see here.
Yeah, I'm looking at your calendar, I believe.
It's the 17th.
Yeah.
It's Tuesday.
The seminar's between 2 and 3, but you call up 303-761-6400. They'll get you the tickets so you can go to the home show for the whole day, make a day of it, and then go over and stop by the seminar and meet Jay and Brian. But listen, then after the seminar, you're definitely going to be there. I'm pretty sure Suzanne and I are going to be there, but Tom's going to be there to meet you there at the Excel booth. And check this out. I'm not really supposed to say this part, but if you go up after the seminar and meet Tom or meet myself, if Suzanne and I, you're going to end up getting a free Yeti mug, too. It's like a $20 mug. So you get free home tickets, for goodness sake. And
on those Yeti mugs, when you meet us from 3 to 4, here's the deal. It's only while supplies last, so make sure you get there.
Yeah, you want to do it. So I'll give the number out 2 more times, but you got to call 303-761-6400. Limited free tickets to the home show the 17th. Next week, call now. They'll get the tickets over to you. You're going to love it. 303-761-6400. Go ahead, Thomas.
Yeah, and it's really important because, Compass is going to have a lot of important information. Here's the deal. Here are the biggest changes happening. Yes, prices are going up, but you have to look deeper because what they're doing, they're sneaking in. Sometimes the price may not go up that much. You think you skated through, but you have to look at your coverages because they're not required to highlight policy language that changes. They sneak in these changes. Some people go to actual cash value and they don't get coverage for the roof. They're no longer getting replacement coverage.
Matt, how often does that happen with people you work for? They think like a $20,000 roof, they have a $1,000 deductible, and the insurance is paying $19,000.
Yeah, it's a magical thing how they get it that close. You know, it happens all the time.
But so a lot of people are surprised on actual cash value.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, they don't know they have it, right? I'm sure that Matt's been at a place saying, hey, I would have been able to get you more, but you're limited to ACV. And they didn't even know they changed, right? They said, wait a minute, we had replacement coverage. And they did not even know that the insurance company snuck one by them because it might have been months ago or years ago and they didn't have a claim. But you have to examine your policy. It could be that you have ACV or actual cash value coverage. What that means is this: they pay you for what the roof is worth when it's destroyed, not what it costs to replace. Another thing they sneak in is something called a percentage of value. Now, we'll talk about that. That is a deductible that'll really screw you, and we'll talk about that coming up on the Troubleshooter Show, 303-713-8255.
Yep.
Now, Impact Traffic.
Yeah, we're still doing very well. The volume's extremely light on the highways. Don't really have anything to contend with other than a little bit of construction, and the worst of it's still Santa Fe at Mississippi.
Is Brian around that we can get him on to talk about this?
Backed up to I-25.
That would be good. If just for a minute or two. Just for a minute or two. Thank you.
Sure.
Real good. Penya's wide open to and from the airport. Boulder Turnpike, Denver to Boulder's 25 minutes, and C472 Highlands Ranch, 15 minutes between Kent Carroll and I-25. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by The Carol Markowitz Show.
Hey, it's Carol Markowitz. This week, I sit down with Yehuda Reamer and Ben Ferguson to talk culture, politics, and the fights shaping America right now. Honest conversations you won't hear anywhere else. Listen and subscribe to The Carol Markowitz Show on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You know, one thing I love about Gravinas, not more than one, let me just say more than one thing, actually. I love that they've been around for years and years and years, more than 60 years, started by the granddad. Larry took over for his dad, and then Nick took over. So Nick is now working for a company started by his granddad. That's how long the Gravinas have been around, 950 West Evans. Another thing I love, their selection. They have 50 lines of windows, multiple lines of siding and doors. If you need a quality company that you can trust, one that's been around for years, you want Gravinas. Gravinas, Gravinas, Gravinas.com or 303 Gravina. Hey,
My money, my way. Hey, need to tell you something. The closer you get to retirement,
That's okay.
more a guarantee.
Man, here's the deal. I tell people all the time, we pay these guys to talk, not to shut up.
Yeah,
So
right.
feel free to talk. Yeah, keep going.
1K, but think about it. Think of having all that money every
Brian's on.
until the
good.
day you die. Retirement
I
you
need him.
actually
I
can't
really need him.
outlive. Think of
He's ready.
peace of mind. That's what a good annuity adds. Plus, the one that Joseph sells, listen to this, long-term care is also included. But find out all your answers and ask all your questions at mymoneymyway.com. Go there right now, mymoneymyway.com.
Nailed it. Thank you.
Mark, so Frank Duran told me stainless appliances, not white. Is that you agree with it? Yeah.
I hate stainless. I hate stainless. I hate it.
No way?
We have stainless.
Okay.
I mean, I have him too. I hate him.
Well, what else would you get, though, Tom? I mean, you're not going to, white or black?
No, you're right. I just don't like it. I
But
just don't like
these
it
guys
because
say
it's
for resale. You definitely got to have stainless. So I'm gonna have stainless.
They do show a little.
They show.
You can-
They should
they'll
call
show
it.
a dent.
They should call it stain full. You put a fingerprint on it. Try to get it off. It's a pain in the ass.
It's harder to get off.
You already
than-
got some ideas for it.
I've lost
I
it,
like
Joe.
brush stainless. If you can get it brushed, that's really nice.
I got it back.
And the kitchen backsplash.
Harder to get off
kitchen
than Martha
countertop.
Stewart on Dirty Sheets.
And I have really great art I'll put up on the walls. And I mean, it's like timeless, beautiful art. I have a Renoir. Okay. So Bolter Renoir up on the walls.
A real Renoir? Come on.
If you have a chance, is there any new builds around by you? Like new builds that just went up there? They're still for
Oh,
sale?
nice. Yeah.
You should go do it with them. Open
Yep.
And so, because that's going to give you ideas.
Yeah, McGregor
The
Square.
definition of Baroque is to be without
Because
money.
they're like $1,500 a square foot.
So go look at
Whoa.
Go look at theirs and sales, and then take pictures.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Take pictures, and then that way, and then you can go to Floor Cam looking for something like this. Especially like the bathroom, what tile they're using, shower walls, shower floor in the bathroom. I mean, and then we got to decide what kind of flooring you want to put down. Then again, are we just doing a repair and just keep that flooring, and then pocket the rest of that money or use it towards other stuff, whatever.
You do know you're on YouTube, right? I'm gonna do everything that's in your bed, exactly as in your bed. Oh, they'll do it. Oh, and light fixtures. I'm having trouble finding light fixtures that I love that aren't grotesquely overpriced from those specialty lighting stores. Like at the Design District, even?
Maybe not that one, but go to Urban Design.
Oh, yeah. That's the showroom I went to. And I like a bunch of their fixtures. I got sticker shock like you
Pictures
won't
are expensive.
believe.
Yep.
Or you get an idea what you like, and you'd be amazed.
That was November.
Something that looks really close
Yeah.
online.
Yeah.
From what's Team U and what's
Welcome to my
Alibaba.
It looks like Frank's going too, Tom.
Oh, really? Good. Good.
That's the one.
I wish he brought that up to me before. I would have hooked him up with 4 or 5 different people, then he could have split that cost.
Yeah, I found appliances, I found tiles, I found flooring. The only thing I haven't looked for yet is, I haven't started to look at cabinets, but I have a feeling I'm going to see a ton of them at the home show.
Oh, yeah.
Shoe boxes. IKEA.
I can get those for free.
IKEA will make your house look so big. Wayfair.
Wayfair.
Yeah, Wayfair.
Furniture-wise, Wayfair's dirt cheap.
Even your bathroom vanity from Wayfair. They have great bathroom vanities. We buy them from them all the time.
This girl I've been dating bought a shitload from Wayfair, and I couldn't believe how cheap it was.
Oh, they got all kinds of shit.
And it's nice looking.
Olympics on the iHeartRadio app.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show, 303-713-8255. Okay, so let's talk. Brian Burns, Compass Insurance Group. Okay, Brian, we had some calls. We had some things for you. Basically, they're sneaking in things into homeowners' policies. I hope you'll talk about. One of them is ACV, actual cash value. And I say sneak it in because they don't necessarily give you a big notice. Hey, this is changing. Beware, What are some of the other creative ways they do deductibles that can end up costing consumers a lot of money? One is ACV. That's just lower money they're going to pay. That doesn't affect deductibles that much, but they really and truly lower the amount you'll be paid by paying actual cash value. But when it comes to deductibles, what are some of the things insurance companies are doing?
And just to speak on the actual cash value, just so listeners are aware, it doesn't always say actual cash value. What it will say is a roof schedule. So, and you're right about it not bringing it out on the front page of the documents that get mailed out to you. It is in there, but you actually have to go through the policy a few pages before you get the notice that it's going to a roof schedule.
Of course.
And the roof schedule is just another way to call actual cash value. It's just that a roof schedule has the actual years listed of the age of the roof along with what they'll pay out in that year. So you do need to look at your policy in order to see that.
All right. What about the other way they're doing it?
They're going to percentage deductibles. So you'll see a lot of carriers that on renewal will say that, again, same kind of thing, a couple pages in, will say, hey, look carefully, your policy has
Percentage
changed.
Of what? Percentage of value?
Of the dwelling itself. So if you have a $500,000 dwelling and they have changed it to a 2% deductible, that means it's a $10,000 wind hail deductible.
It doesn't matter what it's worth. It's what it's covered for?
It's the dwelling limit. It's what it's covered for. Yeah. So whatever your actual dwelling limit is, that's what the percentage of whenever it gives you a percent, that's what it's basing it off of.
Okay, so that can be snuck in, and tell them. So that could be like you just said, a $10,000 deductible.
Yeah, and what you're seeing most of the time is that you're getting hit twice. So you've got, let's say you have a 2% wind hail deductible and a roof schedule. So you have a 10-year-old roof. The insurance company, let's say, is only paying for 50% of the roof now. So, and then you have the $10,000.
Okay, so could it ever end up where you basically don't have roof coverage?
Absolutely. Yeah, the older the roof gets with that roof schedule, you're almost assuredly paying for the majority, if not all, of the roof.
All right, we got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. Get your calls in 303 Martino, 303-627-8466.
And do you know how much it costs to rent a one-bedroom apartment now?
In Denver?
Sure.
Here at the Tech Center, the best deal. The best deal I could possibly find.
I need to kiss Brian.
No, like $1,500.
Yeah. For a one-bedroom?
Yeah. A basic one-bedroom in a nice building with a secure garage. Oh, and parking is another $150 a month each.
Yeah.
I got sticker shock. My last apartment had a really nice apartment in Lakewood, $500 a month.
Those days are long gone.
Oh, they
Our first apartment in Oklahoma was $300 a month, and it was a brand new complex, brand new carpet, everything. $300.
That's how
Had
it
a
should be.
fucking fireplace.
Oh, sweet, dude.
One bedroom, but that's all we needed.
That's how it should be.
Oh, good.
Not anymore.
All right.
Some of these places I went in and she's like, "Oh yeah, they're starting at $1,500. We don't have any $1,500. Let me show you the next one up. It's $2,200."
Yeah.
Addie and Bryce's is right next to Kia, or not Kia, IKEA.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's right in the middle of the tech center, granted, but it's $2,400. No garage. You can buy a garage space, or you know what I mean. You can rent one.
Yeah.
It's a 2-bedroom, but $2,400. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah. I wonder if she saw me pulling up in that Tom car and she's like, "Oh yeah, that's an extra $1,000."
I don't think your town car would fit in those spots.
It wouldn't. I've seen a bunch of spots where we couldn't open the doors.
Yeah.
Mine sticks out at home, like 2.5 feet into the driveway.
I can't wait to pick up my new car.
When are you getting it?
The 20th.
What, are you getting another Tesla?
Yeah. This one I got it's frost blue.
Oh, cool.
With a cream interior. Can't wait.
Which model?
S. Same as I have now. This will be the last time I can buy one. They're gone.
Hey, what do they charge to rent an RV like yours?
It'd be private market. I mean, it'd be really expensive.
It's kind of like an Airbnb, but for motorhomes.
Oh.
My insurance, just the insurance on that is $12,000.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to.
It costs more than a lot of people's homes, dude.
Yeah.
Well, not in Colorado, but in other states.
You see, if I had an RV, I could live for free at my gun club. But,
what would you plug into?
Oh, we have hookups for everything.
Do you really?
Yeah. Both of my gun clubs have RV hookups.
How long do you need it for?
That's up to Mark, but I'd say between 3 and 6 months.
Oh my God, I could never do that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want.
If he said a week or two, I'd go and set it up.
There's too much shit to go wrong.
More than a month.
You know.
You can do
I'm
going
to
to
put it up for sale.
I'm hoping to be done in 2 weeks.
You gonna get another one?
Well, I have a feeling
can't
we're
get
going
done
to
in
be
2
moving,
weeks.
man, and I'm going to buy a boat.
Because you have to take shit out, then you have to put new shit in.
Moving down south?
3 weeks tops.
Are you That's a miracle.
I do everything remote.
No, you could do a hotel then.
Pretty much me
For
too.
2 weeks,
If I'm,
3
if
weeks.
Yeah, I know
I'm-
you
if
can.
I'm there
Yeah.
months, I don't make any money. So
I just figured it's like, yeah, we got to wait for the plumber to come back, and he'll be here next Thursday, maybe. And then the floor guy's like, "Oh, I'm booked up for 2 more weeks in the middle of this job."
everybody gets scheduled and
And they're actually there.
they're there. Oh, my crews show up.
That's a miracle.
Dude, when they painted my interior, I think it was mid last year.
Yeah.
Fuck, 5 or 6 of them showed up. They just fucking hit it. You got one guy ahead taping shit off and prepping and it just goes so fast.
And then the guy's already painting, following the taping guy.
Yeah, and the guy, what's his name? I always forget his name.
Omar.
He gets everybody set up right too, man. He knows everybody's strengths on his team. And
Wait, was that the same Omar that did the temporary patches at my place?
Omar's great, man.
He really knew what he was doing.
oh yeah.
And they were like temporary patches just to plug the holes so I don't smell that musty smell anymore.
Yeah.
Did you notice a difference after the machines were running in there?
So while the machines were running, I poured a lot of water out of the dehydrator. So it was definitely doing its job. And the air purifier was definitely doing its job too, because I could see the filter turning more gray every day. And then once Omar plugged the holes, I couldn't smell that crap anymore. And that was the most valuable part of the experience because I was miserable smelling that musty smell.
Was
like
that
from
your
a
signature smell we've been smelling?
That's my new signature smell on my clothes, on my bed.
Musk.
Yeah. Fuck, that sucked.
It is wild when you watch those machines and they take all that water out of the air in such a dry climate. You don't even know where it comes from.
Well, I knew where it was coming from.
Yeah.
The water inside my walls.
Yeah, those things are pretty loud too when they're running.
Oh God, yeah. So I would obviously turn them off overnight, and then my cats, they got used to them within a couple of hours. So that was my big worry. But after that, it didn't bother the cats. They came over, smelled them. Then they went and started napping again. So, but that equipment is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Is that pretty expensive?
It's very expensive. So,
I took good care of it.
Not much you can do to it. They're just expensive. They can take it.
They're made for job sites. But I cleaned them with a rag and stuff.
Oh, thank you. It's probably cleaning them when we drop them off.
Not really. That's why I cleaned them with a rag.
But no, you figure they get moved from job site to job site and get thrown in a trailer. I mean, if you buy the right ones, you can buy junk.
No, I'm a big believer in buy once, cry once.
Boy, I've never seen anything in the news cycle like this for a long time.
About the kidnapping?
It's crazy.
Oh, that poor lady.
Wouldn't it be fucked up if they never find anybody?
Yeah.
Or her.
That's what I mean. It would be so fucking crazy.
I mean, if she's still alive, I think that'd be a miracle, right? Because of all her health issues.
Yeah.
Just the stress of the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that is the house that Savannah grew up in?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
It's a nice house.
It's got a pool and everything.
It's got a pool house.
Yeah. It does.
I could see if I could rent somebody's pool house.
Oh, man.
I would be like their Kano Kalen.
Yeah, that's right.
That would be sweet. I would just go eat the leftovers, from the fridge when
Hang
they're
out
at
with
work.
the dog in the backyard.
Yeah, I could totally be a free.
Testify on whoever's behalf.
Yeah. Oh, he was here this whole night during kidnapping. We were drinking and watching Rockford Files all night.
OJ is so funny. Wasn't me.
If I did it.
That's the best.
If I did.
Yeah, if I did it.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I watch that shit fucking every single
Just a
day.
few years.
Good afternoon, Tom Martino.
I liked his last run-in where he got thrown in jail. He showed up to some dudes in Vegas and
that's right.
beat the hell out of him and took all his memorabilia.
Yeah, they were selling of his.
It's like, he screwed up. Throw the book at him. Put him in the can.
Benefits?
He died not that long after that.
Yeah, after you got out of jail.
Was an epic piece on the massive harm being done to America by legalized marijuana. Join me at 4.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
I'm Tom Martino, and I love when you join us for the show and you learn a lot. And we are learning a lot today about all kinds of stuff. So give us a call if you have a problem, question, or complaint, or you just want to shoot the breeze. As I said, really, talk radio is getting away from a lot of talk. And, they're doing talk, but they're not doing a lot of phone calls. And this seems to be a trend. It was started years ago by Rush Limbaugh, and then a lot of these talk show hosts picked up on not taking calls and just reading text here and there. And we still take calls. We want you to bitch and moan and complain and ask questions and shoot the breeze, because this is really social media on radio live, and it's also live reviews of companies. So let's say you had an experience with a company, call and give a live review. We have a lot of impact. We've had people call and things get changed right away or helped. People get helped just because they complained about it on this show. We have a lot of business owners who listen to this show. Wow, we love that. Also consumers of all walks of life. So give us a call at, while we're on the air here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. That's the station number, okay? We also have the 303 Martino number, which you can call 24/7 and leave a message, and we will call you back. That's 303 Martino. Easy to remember, 303-627-8466. So welcome. Major Marc Mager is at the main studio. And Mark, what do we got going on there?
Well, we're talking insurance. We're talking the home show coming up. We're talking a lot of things. What I love is Matt Paragon in studio. You were kind of kidding around that I probably have always made out on homeowners, and that probably is true. But I wanted to ask Matt a question. What are the chances, Matt? Both times I had a claim, and I've used Compass Insurance forever, and Brian went to bat with me all he could do on that second one. But on the first one, they just said, hey, you don't need a roof. You came out, you got me an $80,000 roof. On the second one, they said, no, you don't have flood insurance, and I'm not going to get into the weeds, but I did have flood insurance, and you got me $40,000 or $50,000 on that. How many times do people get denied and they don't know to call you? I mean, what the hell, man? How many people really ended up not getting covered because they didn't have an advocate?
Well, that's why I'm sitting here. I mean, get the word out. Most people say, hey, I've never even heard of a public adjuster. I didn't know I had rights as a policyholder. I didn't know that I could fight back. I didn't know that I could get a supplement and send it in. So educating them's half the battle. I guess the first battle is getting them to call me even to know that I exist.
That is, know that the entire thing exists, a public adjuster. How did you guys meet? Szymanski, Mark Szymanski, Genesis Total Exteriors. He's done a ton of work at our home. But how did you and Matt meet?
I was sitting right here, and Matt was sitting right there.
No kidding.
Yeah, right here.
And you guys kind of teamed up.
We met on the show, and then we started doing work together.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah.
How do you guys work together? Explain how that works.
A phone call comes in, and whether it's Matt or myself. I mean, a call comes in to Matt, he handles it from there. But if they call us, and then if we go out and look at the property and we know it's going to be a battle, then we get Matt involved right away, and so we could kind of make that decision then. And the same thing happens with Matt. He gets a phone call, and a lot of times he'll have our people go out and look, because sometimes he gets a little busy, and so my people go and do an investigation. Is there a claim here for it?
Okay, by the way, because you're on the show and you had spoke about this before, I did get a text just now. Please ask Mark about painting cabinets and the process. And without going through the whole thing, I just put it in AI for it to summarize. They want to know the process. Do you take the doors off, and do you take the drawer fronts, and do you take them to a shop to paint them? Do you paint them at the house? Do you paint them in place? What is the procedure when it comes to painting kitchen cabinets? Because there's special cabinet paint. By the way, you can get a gloss finish, a flat finish, you can get colors, and it's becoming a trend now, and it's way, way cheaper than replacing cabinets, right?
Yes, it is. And so what we do is we like to leave the cabinet doors and drawer fronts there. If I'm transporting them, then you have a chance of them getting damaged. So ideally, if they have a garage or have room that we can set up a paint booth in, then we take the drawers off and the door fronts off, and we set up a paint booth, and we paint them in a paint booth that we make inside the home.
Sure.
That's, plastic
sure.
on the floor and all four walls and ceiling. And we paint them there, and then we just put them back after we paint the fronts of the cabinets and the sides and such. So
do you have to sand them, Mark, or generally not?
No, they get a light sanding to break the sheen, because you need something for that paint to grab, and then they get a bonding primer.
Can you ever restain them or no?
No. I mean, typically, no, it just doesn't work, and it
looks weird.
It looks weird. It's just not a great look.
What's the popular color now?
I tell you, dark colors are really in. I mean, and still even white. White and off-whites are very popular. So got some funky greens that are popular. Blues, a deep dark blue that's kind of, you can't tell if it's a charcoal or blue look.
Yeah.
That's a really cool
I hear
look.
gray is in too. Grays.
Gray's fading a little bit, but that was the biggest look for a long time. It's and earth tones are coming back some.
What
That's
about
where
black?
The off-white is kind of coming back.
What about black?
Black is still popular on certain things. Windows on homes, you're selling more black windows, than you are anything else in the home. That look is huge right now, more so than a white vinyl or anything. Black is a huge deal. Black cabinets, not as much.
Okay, by the way, Frank's on the phone, wants to talk about workers' comp. Frank, welcome to the show. I'm Tom Martino with Marc Mager and the gang. What's going on?
Yes, how you doing?
Good, man. What's happening?
I got into an accident in a work truck. Was the other guy's fault. He hit me in the back end, and I had to go to the hospital, but the workman comp refused to pay for the MS. Right.
For the what?
For the ambulance ride.
Oh, no kidding.
Wow.
How about the... Wait a minute. Ambulance? Who are you using for an attorney? Or are you just going through workman's comp? Because I smell a third-party claim.
Yeah.
I was just going through the workman comp.
Whoa. Let's get John Fuller on, Tom.
Yeah. Listen, I want to talk about this. I think ambulance rides as part of an emergency would be under the No Surprise Act. The No Surprise...
Not only that, he was on the job, workman's comp.
No, I get it. But especially this No Surprise Act, this is a pretty good coverage people have they don't even know about, Mark. The No Surprises Act basically says that in an emergency, if you don't get to choose your providers, they can't go and charge you balances for what your insurance doesn't pay. That's basically what it says. Now, there are some nuances to it, but that's what it really says. No out-of-network surprises anymore when it comes to emergencies, not when it comes to normal stuff and elective stuff. So tell me the circumstances. Were you incapacitated at all?
Tom, I agree with that 100%, but well beyond that.
Yeah,
if
workers'
I'm
comp.
Driving for anybody,
right.
Workman's comp is who should be paying this.
No matter what. You're right. So that is a good idea.
Yeah.
John Fuller. We also have Cliff Enton, who does workers' comp. If Cliff Enton Law is around, he wasn't feeling good the other day when we had a question. But I'd get John Fuller on too. So Kachina, try either one of those and help. And we have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. And speaking of things that hurt, DenverRegen.com can help you with stem cell therapy. Listen, I stress stem cell because you heard Mark talking about the weight loss, right, thing, and you heard me talking about hair.
It's incredible.
And my hair, it really thick. It's amazing what it did for my scalp. But I also want to let you know they still do the meat and potatoes part here, the pain, the painful joints and tendons they can help with. DenverRegen.com.
Facing a job loss? Considering a pension buyout, a severance package, or what to do with your 401k? Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, and I can help. 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604.
All right, I want to tell you about the guaranteed lowest price ever in fact, not is it just the lowest price, it's the only one who really does it. Fix It. 24/7 does this extreme clean tune and check of your furnace. It's not just a blow and go where they take a leaf blower and blow out the cabinet of dust. No, they vacuum clean, scrub, degrease. They do what it takes to refurbish your furnace. For new customers, they want to show you what they can do. They take a couple of hours and take your furnace apart. They clean every nook and cranny, put it all back together, tune and check, and they give you a no breakdown guarantee for just $39. You won't believe your eyes what you get for this price. 720-526-3939. FixMyHome.com.
Joe Chiano, I'll tell you what I love about Joe and his son Jordan. First of all, Joe, let me ask you something. How long have you been in the retirement biz? Seriously.
Well, Mark, with my father, he's been in the business for over 50 years in retirement planning. Myself, I've been doing it for 16 years.
You were
with him,
born
and
into
this
it,
is all we
Jordan.
know. You're absolutely right. We're a family-owned financial planning firm, and we only focus on safe money strategies.
And
on how
that's
to
what I
build
really
wealth.
love. As people get closer to retirement, you have to have some guaranteed money. You're crazy not to. You always are going to know where that next meal's coming from. Not to mention the 15% bonus and the long-term care riders and other benefits to the annuity you guys sell. But what I want to ask you about is retirement in general. You and your father's written a couple books, and my understanding is we can give some of them away.
Yes, the first 5 callers that we get from this airing, you're going to get a copy of our best-selling book. It talks not only about those annuities and retirement planning, but also our favorite plan, the life insurance, overfunding life insurance.
Yeah, that's a good one, too. A lot of people. Your dad actually brought you up on that, didn't he?
He did. That's how I purchased my first vehicle, education, and as far as condos.
People imagine paying, instead of paying the bank that 5, 10, 20% interest on a car, you're paying it to yourself. I mean, that's how incredible it is. And thanks to Congress, there's some loopholes when it comes to life insurance. This book's going to talk about it. It's also going to talk about the annuities, but having that guaranteed money. Just imagine not having to worry about if the stock market's going to go down. You're locked in. You're going to get a check till the day you die. If you do have long-term care problems, that check's going to double. I want you to call, get the free book, talk to Jordan, talk to Joe, 303-779-6600. I promise you're going to love the read. It's a great read. 303-779-6600.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions post.
Yeah, here it is. I did it.
Mark, do you have Chris's cell number from Discount Bath? Mark?
Thank you.
Oh, you don't have to replace the up.
Or Kachina, if you could get it for me, maybe text it to me. I need to call him. It's important. It's for a commercial I'm doing today.
Well, the shower, I'm going to rely 100% on your recommendation. Right? Just the normal, in addition to the normal. It'll be up to you to pick the.
Another website, Overstock.
Oh yeah, I've seen that before.
It was the biggest one 25 years ago or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Before Wayfair.
Yeah, I remember Overstock. Yeah.
Overstock.com is still around, and there's good little resource.
I think this guy's got a third party. Was Fuller available, Kelly? Or Enton?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, last time I bought a bathroom vanity, that was $99, and now they're $800.
Well, the one you bought was probably particle board. Actually, I know it
Tariffs.
was. It's the one I was looking at.
Most of these ones are now too.
Yeah, it's all you got the wood fronts and then the box is trash.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Kelly.
Yeah, no problem.
How much time do I have, Dragon?
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Never mind. Okay, thank you.
It felt so good to just go boom and switch over.
Kelly, were we able to get one of the attorneys?
Did I miss something? Which attorney?
Fuller.
Oh, you want Fuller?
Yep.
Okay.
Ambulance rides.
Who pays for the ambulance ride?
The workman's comp?
Yeah.
K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We had a question on workers' comp. We're waiting for our expert to come. Meanwhile, I do have things to talk about on the insurance and home improvement front. We have Marc Mager, Genesis Total Exteriors, and Matt Stanford, Paragon Services. So at what point, somebody wants to know, at what point should they call a public adjuster? And that really is a good question. When do you call a public adjuster? Do you call them right up front? Do you call them when you have multiple areas? Do you, Marc Mager happened to mention, well, when I know it's going to be a problem. Well, how do you know it's going to be a problem? So that's what I want to know. When do you call a public adjuster? Let's start there.
Well, I think, I'll take some, just roll examples that we've been through. Is like if you go onto a roof and it has damage, and then the adjuster comes out and talks to us, and he says, well, I think this damage happened so long ago, we're not going to cover this. That's first phone call right away. We got Rob that's working up in Evergreen, same thing. The company had denied it immediately, and we said, yep, get a hold of Matt right now. He's the first thing that we do right away, because it's the sooner we get on that, the quicker it's going to get taken care of.
Okay, and at what point then do you get attorneys involved? Somebody wants to know. Like when? Does Matt do that, or does the homeowner do that? Who decides? Okay, they call Matt. They want to get Paragon Services on the deal because they're having problems getting their coverages. When is an attorney called?
Yeah, that's a great question. So from my desk, just again, depends on the carrier. I know, for instance, State Farm, I know for sure when it's time to call an attorney. And when that comes up to where, I'm trying to get a reinspection scheduled because the first adjuster that came out got it wrong before my involvement, right? So now I'm trying to get a reinspection and just say, hey, State Farm, will you meet me out at the property so I can point to what I'm seeing, and then we can negotiate this further? And they just say, no, we refuse to come out.
Wow.
It's attorney time at that point. And that's just State Farm.
How can they flat out, on what basis can they flat out refuse to come out?
They say, we've already roundtabled this with management. We have our photos. We believe that this is not hail damage. This is wear and tear or just age of the roof in general, and we're standing our ground.
Okay.
I love that because my attorneys love that, so I hand it off to them, and 6 months to a year later, we get a check in the mail. But going back to your other question, when should a person call a public adjuster? The cleanest way to do it is just call me. If you have a hailstorm, call me up. If you don't already have a contractor in mind, I'll work with Genesis. I'll come out, or Genesis will come out, and we'll do a scope of damage, file the claim on your behalf, run the whole thing. You sit back, relax, and let us do our work.
And I like that, Mark, you guys do. I mean, you can do roofs, of course, but you also specialize in siding, in entry doors, and decks, and fences, and everything that gets hit with hail. A lot of times, I think most people think a hailstorm comes, the only thing damaged is the roof. Right. That's simply not true.
Right. That's very true. I mean, minimally, you got gutters, and a lot of times, again, you got wind-driven hail. You got windows, siding, a lot of different damage.
Concrete decks.
Yeah.
I mean, Marc Mager had a concrete deck.
He got that covered.
All right. I want to talk to John Fuller. He's on the line, our personal injury expert, auto accident expert. John Fuller, we have a question. Frank was on the job in a delivery vehicle. Frank was injured in an accident. Frank was sent to the hospital in an ambulance. And Frank, you said the ambulance is not being paid. By who, Frank? Who is paying any bill at all? First of all, let's take that. Frank.
This happened about 2 years ago, and the bill still hasn't
Wait. Hold on. 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't tell us that, bro. Okay, let me ask John Fuller and Jen. Did you file a workers' comp claim back then 2 years ago?
Yes.
Okay, did workers' comp pay your medical bills?
Yeah, they paid the hospital bill.
But they did not pay the ambulance. Okay, John Fuller, workers' comp, do they have to pay for the ambulance? They already paid his hospital bill.
Absolutely. It's a, and well, I mean, yes, the accident, regardless of fault, if it occurred within the course and scope of the worker's job, is going to be part of the workers' comp claim, and they should pay that ambulance bill. Do you know if it was ever submitted to them, Frank?
Yes.
It was submitted?
Paid.
Yeah.
And
Well,
why do you, may I ask, why do you care? Is the ambulance company trying to come after you?
Yeah.
Well, they're breaking the law. They're breaking the law.
They ought to put it on my credit report.
Frank, that is way off base. You, I swear to God, man, they're not supposed to count this against you at all. Under the No Surprise Act, especially, it's an emergency. But not only is it an emergency, but workers' comp is responsible for it. And these people had the nerve to ding your credit?
Yeah.
John Fuller.
It's on my credit report as not paid.
Yeah, I'm here.
Aren't you baffled by this?
No, not at all. So here's the thing, Tom. When you receive medical care,
Hold on, Frank. Go ahead, John.
Care following an accident, it is the responsibility of you to take care of those bills. Okay. Now, there may be an insurance company that's on the hook for them, but primarily it was you that received the service. The same is true in an accident that doesn't involve workers' comp, and you go to the hospital. It may have clearly not been your fault, but that is still your responsibility to take care of that bill. So those are just part of the damages that you've incurred. Now, especially in the case of work comp, there is, an argument to be made that is the responsibility of the employer and or the actual, workers' compensation deal. And so Frank just said he submitted it to them. Why have they not paid it yet? What are they telling you?
They tell me that they're not responsible.
Why?
Wait, workers' comp said that?
Yeah, then they told the click agency that. And
that doesn't make sense. I'm asking, if I were you, I would be asking the workers' comp carrier, why are you not paying this bill? And if they wouldn't give me an acceptable answer, I would tell my employer, you owe this bill, and let the employer deal with comp. It's one of the two. It's not going to be you ultimately that has to do it. Now, the final question I have for you is, were you sir, let me ask some questions here. Were you at fault for this accident?
No, the guy in the back was at fault.
Okay.
He hit me.
Did the guy in the back have insurance of his own?
He has State Farm insurance.
Okay. So not only is workers' comp on the hook for that ambulance bill and the rest of your medical bills, but the driver that was insured by State Farm, by virtue of being at fault in the accident, is also on the hook for all of your damages. That's called a work comp third-party case. So did you pursue that with an attorney on your own?
No.
So
I know nothing about it.
Yeah, there's an awful lot that it sounds like you
right, exactly.
Sounds like there's an awful lot he left on the table.
That's right. That's exactly right.
There is, and it's hard to go back 2 years later and recreate it, but it may be possible,
How long ago did the accident happen, Frank?
April 7th.
Of what?
2 years ago, whatever year that was.
24.
Of 24.
John, is it too late for Frank to engage your services?
Well, it's not too late under the statute of limitations. It's not typically my practice to get involved 2 years later on a third-party comp case.
Of course not.
But, I mean, it's not. The statute is not run. Technically, he still has all of these options available to him. I'd be happy to talk to Frank, but I'm going to need a lot more details about what happened with comp and why comp didn't pay these bills, as well as the accident report and everything that happened. I mean, 2 years ago is a long time to assume that everything was done correctly and the case was set up properly, when we can see clearly right now that many things were not.
Hey, Frank, out of curiosity, how long were you out of work after the accident, and what was like the final payment, forget about the ambulance right now, coming out of workman's comp? Did you have any kind of disability? Did they assign you a number like 10% or what?
I think it hurt, so I was back to work within a few days.
Okay. All right.
Did you really follow up with any treatment, Frank? Was there anything that required more treatment?
No, they just took me to check me out, and the hospital turned me loose.
All right.
Yeah.
Frank, I don't think there's... Frank, I'll be straight. I don't think there's anything we can do for him, John.
Well, I think that, if he had called me, the day of the accident, we could have probably, fully informed Frank of his rights, and things could have been done differently. And there would have been a case. I mean, if nothing else, the ambulance and the ER would have justified some outcome different than where he is today. But now, today, 2 years later, it's not a case that we would be interested in getting involved in. It's just too much, too late, too gone, too little, to nothing there,
Yeah, I get it. And Frank, here's the idea. Site.
Well, I got an idea for why you called, though. I think you still work for that same company, correct?
No, that company went out of business.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
God. One more curveball.
Okay. I want you to reference the bill. Tell them it's the No Surprise Act, and I believe it. I'm trying to figure out the name or the number of that law. In any case, it's the No Surprise Act, and I would contact that company and tell them you're going to sue them for slander of credit if they don't remove that from your credit report. And just I got to look up the bill though. I don't. It's a CRS. It's a Colorado law, and
Tom, I found a whole page about this bill and this law on the Colorado Department of Regulatory Agency's website.
DORA. Okay.
Yeah, it discusses the federal No Surprises Act and the Colorado Out of Network Billing Act.
Yeah, you're right. So can you give him the citations on both?
It doesn't actually cite the law. It's an explanation of what these laws
Okay, then I'll tell you what. Off the air, Kachina, give him this website so he can look it up. I mean, the guy just, I don't know. He just waited way too long.
He left a lot of food on the table.
Now, Thomas has a question about a bank account for his deceased mom. Hold on, Thomas, and we'll come back to you and more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show, 303-713-8255.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
Yeah, we've got a good lunch hour drive going for us. Highways, they're pretty light. We're not seeing anything unusual at all. There is one accident out west on I-70. It's eastbound, the ramp to eastbound C-470. Got a dump truck involved there. It's going to be a hazard at this point more than anything anyway. Santa Fe southbound at Mississippi still backed up with construction work. Parker Road down around the E-470 interchange. Also road work. Not a real big delay, but kind of a hazard through that area. One accident out of Highlands Ranch, though. It's going to be a factor for folks that are in the area. Park Meadows Drive westbound at Acres Green Drive. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by The Carol Markowitz Show.
Hey, it's Carol Markowitz. This week, I sit down with Yehuda Reamer and Ben Ferguson to talk culture, politics, and the fights shaping America right now. Honest conversations you won't hear anywhere else. Listen and subscribe to The Carol Markowitz Show on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Oh man, if you're shopping for a steel building, get ready to hear a lot of lies. A lot of these salespeople claim they're from the factory. In fact, that's a come on. Most of the time, they're not with a factory. The only real time they're with a factory is when they're with GreatWesternBuildings.com in Grand Junction, Colorado. That's right. And you can get direct from the factory by going to GreatWesternBuildings.com, whether it's an airplane hangar or a small shed or a garage or a shop or a warehouse. GreatWesternBuildings.com, 100% pure American steel. And get this, guaranteed for life, GreatWesternBuildings.com. Gravina's. When I say that name, you should think, wow, I've heard that before, because they've been around for more than 60 years. Gravina's, and they're on 950 West Evans, started by the granddad years ago. Then Larry took over for that granddad, who was his dad. Then Nick took over for Larry, and it's a family affair. The name has heritage, and they have products and selection and great deals. Gravinas.com, 303 Gravina, Gravina.
He steps out of the truck and he goes, I'm not going to buy this roof, right? What kind of
Right
thing?
from the get-go, huh?
Haven't even stepped foot on the ladder yet.
I hope you were wearing a video camera.
Oh man, I should have been that day. And I said, what? He was with American Family then too. And he's like, we just don't, this is cosmetic damage. We don't pay for it. Yeah. Like, well, nice to meet you too, asshole.
Yeah, that guy definitely was not Mr.
He's what I call a belt buckle adjuster. He just thinks he's hot shit. Probably got picked on in school, and now he's got a job with, pseudo authority. Just get over it, man. It's just so childish. Other than that, I love him.
Yeah. I'll invite him to Meat Fest.
Yeah.
We should have more than one meat fest a year.
Both of you guys, be prepared. It's on the weekend formerly known as U2. Scott.
Right, yeah.
It's
You mentioned the lunch.
Formerly known as Labor Day.
Oh.
And Mark and Suze went last year. Tom comes every year.
It's barbecue?
It's everything. It's
every kind of meat.
Eating meat followed by a night of drinking whiskey and smoking cigars.
The more unusual the meat, the better.
Famous NFL coaches come.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Where is it hosted?
My friend's house in Bonnie Bray. Mike Shanahan comes every year, brings a very expensive bottle of wine, which we hide in the back.
He probably just goes to his restaurant and grabs it.
Probably.
Just,
pretty informal. Everyone kind of standing around, just bullshit.
Yeah, we usually have about 80 guests. We hire a staff of waiters and a chef.
Yeah, so you need to bring something, or you should bring something.
Yeah.
Meat.
And then they'll even cook it. Like we brought sausage, and they cooked.
And they cooked it.
Yeah, but you can bring it. It's better to bring it covered, cooked already. But they do have a cook there.
Who brought this? And then we have an award ceremony, so you can get best meat. You can get the most coveted award is for Meat Fest Spirit Award. And then we also give out a Lifetime Achievement Award.
They had like someone walking around with like a human. It looked like a human made out of different sausages. Or
a meat puppet. She made
a meat puppet.
It was fucking disgusting.
This was creepy looking.
Yeah. She had like
it was cool though.
It wasn't cool. It was creepy and disgusting. But so you don't bring food for 80 people. You bring out just one serving because it's meant to be chopped up into little tasters on toothsticks. And you will eat some really great meat. You'll drink some really great whiskey.
Susanna and I in Vegas had Wagyu hot dogs.
Wagyu hot dogs.
Really?
How were they?
Yeah, they weren't that good.
You can't taste the meat in a hot dog. I mean, don't get me wrong.
They were super soft. They were almost mushy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not
You said
good.
brats, right?
But they should have that snapping thing, and they should be toothsome.
Tom, if you pulled your teeth out, you could eat them with your gums.
Oh, good.
No. Just
Do you want me to get Henry?
my friend.
Henry,
Steve.
for what?
Yeah, for Excel, I told him we'd push that again.
And I invented Meat Fest when I lived at the fraternity.
Where's Mackenzie, huh? Come on.
He said
It's afternoon.
I know. I can try him again. He said closer to 1.
It would be
But-
great because we have this deceased mother's bank account on too.
Whatever
Okay,
the-
I'll try.
Whatever you guys want to put on a pallet that's not selling, or going to go out of date pretty soon, just deliver it to the Beta House. And so that's how Meat Fest got started. But now, and then I had a deal. I signed a contract with Olympia Beer. $16 per keg delivered.
Okay.
But it's near beer.
Oh, it's not. It's like 2%.
No. It was real.
Oh, I thought you were saying all you could get was a fake beer now.
Oh no, this was back when.
Oh, years ago.
Yeah, this is regular.
$16
I
a
get
keg.
it.
$16 a keg.
Can you even buy Olympia anymore?
I don't know.
No, I've seen it.
But I met with the distributor
It's
and I
upstate
said,
New York shit.
Free estimate at brothersflooring.com.
630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Thomas, welcome to the show. What is your issue, Thomas? What are we tackling today?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to get some money that is in the bank account. It was under my mom's name. She passed away. She had 2
When
bank
did she
accounts.
pass
Had a
away?
checking account.
When did she pass away?
It's been like 2 years now.
Oh, wow. 2 years. Okay.
yeah.
Why did you wait so long to do something?
Oh, I don't know. Life happens and just a bunch of stuff.
And how much?
I was able
Okay,
to
but
get
I got a lot of important questions because I know the issue. How much was in the bank account?
7,500.
Okay, and another question. Did she have any other assets that were distributed by her estate or in probate, or what happened to everything else she had?
Everything else, I was the beneficiary of both of that and everything she had.
Did it go through? Did it stay out? Did it stay outside of probate, or because of beneficiary stuff, or did it go through probate?
No, I don't think it's been through probate. We received
Like,
a
tell me,
letter
give me an
from
idea. Give me an idea of what you received upon her death. Give me an idea what you were a beneficiary to.
her checking account, which was
Okay.
$12,000.
It was a
And I think-
POD account. What else? Did she have a home?
The home went to my sister.
Okay, and did your sister get it? Was it a beneficiary's deed to your sister?
It was in the will, actually. It was, yeah.
I understand that, but there has to be a beneficiary's deed or it has to go through probate. So was there a probate opened? You said no, so I'm assuming there was a beneficiary's deed.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Not that I know of.
All right. Then your sister doesn't own the home. So what else did she have?
That's about it. She
Okay.
got a home and a car. which
Okay,
went to my
now,
other sister.
in the will, was this $7,500 bank account mentioned? Any mention of this bank account?
No, not in the will.
Okay, and do you have a death certificate?
I have the death certificate and the power of attorney affidavit.
Then you should be able to go to the bank and just get it.
Well,
They wouldn't let me.
no, you have to have a small estate affidavit. but
Mark,
then they'll
Mark,
let you.
really and truly, I'm not sure you do. I'm not sure you do. I mean, maybe you do, but I thought a small estate affidavit was for transferring ownership, like a car or something. Well, let's ask somebody, and that's where we're waiting for Mackenzie. Now, it could very well be you need a small estate affidavit, but I've not heard of that for bank accounts. I've only heard about it for cars and houses and stuff like that. But well, let's see. Maybe it does include a certain amount of cash, but whatever it is, it's going to be easy, Thomas, but you're going to have to do it and not wait another 2 years.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Okay,
That's why I
I'll
wanna
tell
get
you what,
this done
Thomas.
now.
I'm lining you up right now for a Mackenzie because we're going to have him on to answer a few other questions, and we'll see how you can the easiest way to get this money. Is your sister going to contest it?
No, nobody's going to contest it.
Okay. That's good. Okay, so hold on. By the way, you ought to figure out how she got. I think there was a beneficiary's deed for the house. Otherwise, the reason I'm asking this is because if there was a probate, then you need to reopen the probate for this. That's why I'm asking this. But you're saying there was no probate.
Let me tell you this real quick, that the house, my sister and my mother were both on the deed.
Never mind. Okay, that says it all.
So,
okay, you're right.
I didn't mention
Got
that.
it.
My bad.
That's good. Okay, so
Yeah.
Mike, Kachina's going to get your number, so when we get our attorney on, we'll be able to talk to you. Thomas, wait, I got to take this break. Thomas, we'll come. Well, Dan McKenzie's on too. This is all flooding us. We got to take this break. We'll come right back and ask Dan McKenzie these 3 questions right after this.
Now, Impact Traffic.
Just west of town, 6th Avenue, US 6, both east and westbound roads closed between Colorado 119 and Colorado 93 due to a spilled load on the road. It looks like crews are working on this one. We're not seeing cars in either direction on US 6 through the stretch. Heading to the south end of town, Park Meadows Drive westbound closed at Acres Green Drive due to an accident. No complaints, I-25 north and southbound this early afternoon. With traffic, I'm Mark Swan.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
What should you do when everyone around you thinks differently than you do? This week on Red Pilled America, we tell the story of actor Nick Searcy, who's been able to survive and thrive inside Hollywood's culture of groupthink while remaining openly conservative. Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app. That's Red Pilled America.
Red Rock's Roof and Solar is now Alliance Roof and Solar. Let me tell you about Alliance. They're doing commercial solar systems because that's where all the government incentives are. And don't think automatically you're out. You may have a home-based business, you may be a landlord, or you do have a business that qualifies, and you can call Alliance to find out more because the government will pay up to 70% of the system, and Alliance knows how to structure it so you can sell power back to end users and make positive cash flow. Call Alliance for your commercial solar system or just information on getting started. 303-704-2449. 303-704-2449.
Yeah, well, and then you're, like I said, Shanahan and whoever else is running around there, you know.
Yeah, Shanahan, he has some really very interesting stories.
Yeah, it sounds like it'd be something that I would Uber home.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Where is this sold at again?
Bonnie Bray. Yeah, it's in Bonnie
Hey,
Bray.
Tom?
And, yeah.
Yeah.
Right there and back.
So Mackenzie has another
it's actually
client coming in, so he doesn't have a lot of time.
Okay, got it. We'll do what we can.
Go straight to him after this break.
Yeah, I got 3 questions for him, so he's not going to be able to answer them, right?
And you got 2 minutes.
Okay, we'll see. We'll just try to do a lightning round.
My dad's really into cigars.
I think this cash inheritance for a minor will be the one we do at another time. I think he can probably answer this bank account pretty easily, along with the class action settlement in an estate.
Yeah, I've got Jim's number, so I can rebook him for tomorrow and see if Dan has more time.
Which one? The one with the minor, the cash?
Inheritance for a minor.
Yeah, let's do that tomorrow.
Retired Aurora police lieutenant.
And I'll take the other 2.
So he has incredible cop stories.
I can make a brisket. Yeah, I made one for Super Bowl. Took 28 hours.
Holy crap. How many pounds was it?
Oh, God. 19 pounds.
Oh, okay. So that's...
Big brisket, yeah.
That's a tool.
No, I mean, this thing, we try to get the shelf to break. Yeah.
I give up on the shelf.
That's
after 3 hours.
It was a $100 piece of meat.
Yeah.
If it sits about 2-3 hours on the shelf, I just wrap it. Well, it's already wrapped, and then I put it in the cooler.
Yep.
That's it.
Let it sit and cook.
And this past year was the first.
Where do you find something big enough to cook it?
Oh, that's a nice touch.
Most smokers.
The lead singer's girlfriend had a baby, so they couldn't schedule. But this year we'll have a band again.
Is it usually the same band?
Where will the band be? I don't see where they can fit them on that patio.
You know, the cops come about.
Well, you got to pay those guys off ahead of time.
Hey, that Dawson Creek's guy just kicked
James
the bucket.
Vanderbeek.
Yeah, 48 years old. Wow,
There he is.
that's young.
What happened to him?
No.
I don't know.
Yeah, he had cancer.
Cancer.
God, fuck.
Wife and 6 kids.
Cancer. God almighty, son of a bitch. Fuck
So
cancer.
when the Popos show up, that's when we shut down the band and transition into cigars.
Fireside chats.
Yeah, fireside chats. We have lots of scene. We have like 4 or 5 different areas to sit, so you don't have to listen all to the same story. You know, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that does sound very cool. And that's on Labor Day weekend?
Formerly known as Labor Day weekend. Meat Fest weekend. And then, of course, you get tons of leftovers to take home if you want any. And this year we were sponsored by a beer company, so they dropped off, I'm going to say like 50 cases.
Yeah, but that was the near beer.
Was it all alcohol-free beer?
Yeah, I think it was.
I saw that comment.
Okay. But it's free, so we
Hell
can,
yeah.
you know.
It shows you how popular near beer is.
Oh, on YouTube, I guess.
Yeah, he was on YouTube.
Yeah.
What? Unhappy customer.
Some unhappy customer with.
Yeah, I blocked his one comment.
What was it about?
I thought it was rude.
Well, that one did take a while.
What are I'm getting a? Are you getting an error message on the YouTube chat?
No.
Okay, something fucking went wrong here. Hold on. Okay, it went away. I had some weird kind of message on there. We're still up and running. Okay.
Age restrictions on computing devices. Wednesday on Ryan Schuling Live.
All right, Dan McKenzie is an attorney at law that does estates and wills. And I want to ask him real quick here. Thomas's mom died 2 years ago. Everything was disposed of except he has a bank account that she had, $7,500 he wants to get. It's her bank account. It's still there. He has a death certificate and a power of attorney. Does he need to open a small estate affidavit?
He should be able to collect that with a small estate affidavit. The power of attorney is void. That was void the moment she passed away, so that's not going to be helpful to him. So he just needs to Google Colorado small estate affidavit and pull that off the court's website and just fill it out.
Okay, and when he fills it out, he just takes that to the bank?
Yeah, with the death certificate. Yep.
Okay, when does a small estate affidavit take effect? What are the limits?
It's funny, I haven't seen yet the numbers for 2026.
86.
But as of 2025, it was $86,000 that you could collect using a small estate
in
affidavit.
2025. Okay.
You're going to have to open a probate.
I have another question. Thank you very much for calling, Mike. You got to get a small estate affidavit. Now, I have another question. If a guy's mom got a settlement in a class action lawsuit and she died, does the estate get the class action settlement? Is it simply a matter of the estate and he gets it from the estate?
Yes. Again, I mean, I don't know how big the settlement is. If it's more than $86,000, that'd be a pretty big class action settlement. But it happens sometimes. But probably not. So he could try submitting to the class administrator a small estate affidavit and see if that gets him there. I don't.
And but in any case, no matter what the amount, if it's up to that amount, he has to, even if it's like, let's just say it's $100, he still has to do a small estate affidavit.
I mean, it depends on what the class administrator says. I mean, he can try. He can explain the situation to them and see what they say. But there's a pretty good chance they're going to say, we are not distributing this award without some sort of verification that you're the right person to send it to.
Okay, so in a class action lawsuit, when a claim is paid to an estate, you have to get it like you would anything from an estate, either a small estate affidavit or probate.
Correct.
All right, good. Now, while you're still on, then I have another one. What about a minor? I'm just curious about this. A minor who inherits money, does the guardian have to open a trust for them?
I mean, somebody's probably going to have to be appointed as the conservator for that money. So if they've got a guardian, the guardian takes care of day-to-day things, but you need a conservator to actually handle the money. It could be the same person, but somebody has to apply to the court to become that minor's conservator.
And when does the minor get the cash inheritance?
So the conservator can spend it while it's under their control on the child, but whatever's left when that kid turns 21 is going to become theirs at that point.
Okay, thank you. Dan McKenzie, coplans.co. His number is 833-CO-PLANS, 833-CO-PLANS. We got all three questions answered, so we can have him on tomorrow, that guy for the inheritance for a minor, and I can relate to him what Dan said. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show, another hour to go. 303 Martino. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Right. So what do you do? You have a nice rest of your day. Will do.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I wonder. Okay. Okay, baby.
Correct.
So I got a request for a spot, Mark.
Yeah.
Good to see you all again.
What's that, Tom?
I got a request for a spot, and they wanted it before I got off the air. Yeah, right. Okay, sure.
What is it?
No, it's just a spot for discount bath, but I mean, it's like they needed it before, like now. And I said, no, sorry, I can't really do that right now. But I would have to disconnect everything. I mean, you could continue the show, but I'd have to disconnect everything to record it.
Was it Hiram? He should know.
Yeah, it was Hiram, actually.
Just tell him you're still on the air.
I know, but I happen to have one in my records. I have one in a folder that was just happened to be the offer. It just was luck that I got that. Oh my God, credit card debt. Did you just send this to me? Credit card debt hit $1.2 trillion. Holy shit.
You gonna be able to go down to that Mortensen tomorrow?
Yeah, where's it at?
Springs.
Oh, it is. Yeah. I'll go. What time?
I left it pretty loose, just early afternoon, but maybe sometime between noon and 2.
Okay. Does anybody want coffee, water, soda?
Coffee? No, I don't.
I'm good, man. Thank you.
I have real cream.
I don't drink coffee.
It's lumpy.
It's lumpy
cottage cheese, but
That's it's exactly what I said. He says the more lumpier it is, the better. And he's not kidding.
Because it's fat.
Coagulated.
And so it's not coagulating, it's fat that's floating in there, and there's so much fat in this cream, it's actually becoming lumpy.
Yeah, that's good.
Sounds like it's going bad to me.
Sounds healthy.
Well, it's organic. It's good.
Organic fat.
It's a very healthy fat.
Organic mold.
Man, I've been eating a lot of sardines lately.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
What the
most people.
fuck?
Can you have a girlfriend?
No wonder she's single or he's single.
Jeez. Man, they're so good for you, though.
Oh, I don't think so. I think you're misled on this one, brother.
No, look it up, man. That's like one of the best things you can eat.
My father-in-law, I always get him every can from Costco, the whole 10-pack. He gets, he loves it.
He likes those?
Oh, he loves it,
I didn't set out to do it because I like them. I just was reading all the nutritional value.
You just bite it and chew it?
No, I'll cut up a tomato and some, pickles and make a little plate with just a few sardines on it. So I just sit there and just mow down the can.
That is just. So
but I grew up liking all the crap that kids hate. Spinach and Brussels sprouts.
My kids eat all that, but they don't eat sardines.
Yeah.
But that's because we don't eat sardines.
Yeah, most people are grossed out by it.
It's disgusting.
It took me a few times.
Tom gets them on pizza sometimes.
Well, that's anchovies.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That's even worse, man.
Well, it's just like Caesar salad. You get the anchovy.
Well, anchovies don't have the fucking full heads and shit on them, right?
No.
Well, neither do sardines. There's no head on them or nothing.
There's not?
They're cleaned up.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to look them in the eye.
I walked into a Bucca Scoop once years ago in Montbello, and they had a full fish like they just threw in the deep fryer, then throw it out.
Oh, my God.
It looks so disgusting to me.
Yeah. Cut it. No face. I don't want to see a face.
So we went to Aruba a few years ago with friends, and there's this place where it's restaurant right on the wharf or whatever, right there on the pier where the boats come in and fish. And then the whole thing's there. My wife, which I was surprised, and the other husband, they were eating the eyeballs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No way, man. Ugh.
They were eating the eyeballs. I couldn't believe my wife did it because
she's pretty weak stomach when it comes to that kind of stuff. Man, when I lived in the South, crawfish that was the big thing, and you'll probably get into that if you move to Louisiana. Crawfish is.
Suzanne likes it. To me, it looks like just a total pain in the ass.
Yeah, you don't want to do them yourself. You go get them somewhere, but I was
brother-in-law
grossed out by that at
one
first.
time. I sat around watching these people. They fucking took an hour to eat lunch, man. I mean, that's all they did was sit there with this shit. And the bounty you get out of one is nothing. It's like a Tic Tac.
A lot of work. I love Cajun food though, gumbo.
Oh, I love it.
I love gumbo, but I'm not big into blackened food.
Well, I'm not big on blackened fish or anything, but I love gumbo. Love gumbo.
Yeah, man. Nothing like.
What's the other one like that?
Jambalaya.
Jambalaya. Oh my fucking God, is that good?
They had a Cajun place in the Springs that closed, but they would do a catfish pontchartrain, big old catfish fillet, fried, and then etouffee on top of it.
What
which
is
like
that?
a jambalaya kind of.
Oh, God.
So how soon do you think you'll be moving?
Oh, I don't know. We got to get to a house first. We might get a condo or something here, though. I don't know. But I'm looking forward to. There's two of the homes I really like. The one I just can't understand why the last sale, they want about 400 grand more than what it sold for 4 years ago, and I don't see any improvements. I don't even know how they justified. I'm dying to know.
The market went up.
No, it didn't, because the other homes we're looking at, same neighborhood.
And that's outside of New Orleans?
Yeah, it's the other side of Pontchartrain. But I mean, they're really nice homes. They all have like fucking full generators and all that shit.
Yeah. No basements.
No, in fact, they all sit about 14 to 16 feet above, and they're all right on the water. But the chances of getting the first floor flooded, I mean, Katrina wouldn't have flooded them.
Are you on the water like you'll have a dock and all that?
Yeah.
Oh, well, no shit. You want a boat? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's in like an inlet?
Here, come look. I'll show you the main one.
Epic piece on the massive harm being done to America by legalized marijuana. Join me at 4.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. This hour brought to you by Wave 8 Capital, my financial advisement firm. I got to say that as a disclaimer, but I'm proud to have it. And we'll happily look at your investment portfolio and customize it for you directly, as opposed to being a middleman and just shoving it up the line to a broker dealer. Most advisors don't literally advise you. They simply act as a middleman. So notice the difference. We'll happily review your portfolio. 303-771-HELP. 100% of my money is in this company. So I give it the attention that I give my own money. So 303-771-HELP, 771-4357. We're not trying to sell you anything. It's assets under management, period. 303-771-HELP. Notice the difference with our review, and we can actually back test it to a specific time period to tell you exactly what we performed at whatever time period you want to examine. That's wave8capital.com. Thank you. So we have with us Paragon Services and Genesis Total Exteriors. They're talking about insurance claims, problems. We also have Henry Bretz on, who's going to talk about something coming up on the home show, at the home show. And they're going to be putting on a seminar at the home show along with Compass Insurance Group. And the reason for the seminar, there are so many changes in both roofing and insurance. First of all, with insurance, you have now a lot of insurance companies are sneaking in ACV roof schedules, which means when you lose a roof, you're not going to get the coverage you think you have. It's going to end up being actual cash value or what the roof was worth before the hailstorm. So if it's a 10-year-old roof or a 20-year-old roof, you're going to be shocked at what you get. Then they're also going percentage of dwelling value for the deductible. So if you have a dwelling value of $500,000, a dwelling coverage, you may have to pay 2% of that as your deductible. You could literally end up with no coverage whatsoever for roofs in some cases. In any case,
we had a caller, Tom. You and I had a caller probably, I think it was during COVID. They didn't know they had ACV, and their dwelling was like 1.2 million, and they had a 1.5 or 2% on the roof.
It turned out like it was a $40,000 or $50,000 roof, and they had no coverage.
They had zero coverage. I mean, literally zero, that's maddening.
Yeah. So we're going to be talking about these changes. Brian Burns from Compass Insurance Group will be talking about these changes. And then we're also going to have Jay Bretz, the owner of Excel Roofing, talking about the changes in roofing. There are a lot.
Guess who else is going to be there next on the 17th next week?
Who?
Frank Duran, the real estate man.
Good, excellent. And he's going to be there. That's great. Anyway, Excel's going to talk about the changes in roofing materials and some of the things you can do to better fortify your home. And they're giving away tickets. So I'm going to get Henry Bretz with Jay's son and also over at Excel Roofing to talk about the ticket giveaway and the hook. So go ahead, Henry.
Yeah, thank you, Tom. Really appreciate it. So on February 17th at the Denver Home Show, Excel Roofing will be there. And like you said, with Brian Burns from Compass Insurance from 2 to 3 to explain just the best practices with roofing, the insurance changes. And then after the seminar, you and Mark will also be there for a meet and greet, right?
Right, that's right. Mm-hmm. Now, Mark, I heard Mark kind of trying to back out a little. He was saying if.
Hey.
Yeah, I heard it, Mark.
That can't happen.
I heard him.
I might be able to get there right at 3. How are you going to get there on time? How do we both get there on time? Let's just ask that question.
I don't know. I got to swing right from the studio straight to the show.
Yeah.
I think I can do it.
I might be able to do it.
Yeah. So in any case, I'm just going to leave right after I get off the air, and I'll run over there. And
I'll bring Suzanne. That's who everybody wants to meet.
There's plenty of time. There's plenty of time to get over there.
I think you can make it.
From 3 to 4, right?
From 4 to 5. So that's when we have you guys there.
Wait a minute. If it's 4 to 5, we can definitely make it.
Oh, it is. But your dad said it was 3 to 4. He texted me today.
Well, whatever it is, we're going to be there in the afternoon.
With bells on.
4 to 5. The email I sent out was 4 to 5. 3
Yeah.
to 4, 4. I'm alive on the other. 3 to 4 what?
Father
Henry.
and son at their best.
3 to 4. 3 to 4.
Okay, it is 3 to 4. Okay.
But check this out. Everybody listening, they're giving out free home show tickets.
Yeah, Henry,
so
talk about that.
Call them up.
Yep. So we still got tickets available, and we were capping it before at 2 tickets per person. but we're going to take that cap off and we're going to raise it a little bit to 5 tickets per caller.
Henry, I wouldn't do that.
Why?
No.
Why? Because we've got, okay, I don't mind pulling my skirt up a little here, everybody watch out. But we've got spots we're going to be doing tomorrow, Friday, Monday, and Tuesday talking about this. Don't give them all out to someone that's going to turn around and sell them or something.
Oh, well, they need to be at the seminar. If they
so
get the
qualified.
tickets.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll let them figure it out. I'd say that they can do what they want. I would recommend 4 because then that 4 is a better number than 5. 5 is a weird odd number, whereas 4 would be 2 couples or a couple and 2 kids. But that's up to you guys. When you call Excel, they'll tell you what the rules are. And you can get the tickets, but it's only good. The tickets are only good for a certain day, and it's good for that day. And that day will
17th.
The 17th. And they ask that you show up to the seminar, and then you get the tickets as well. So you will get the tickets. You'll get to go to the home show, and really the seminar, in my opinion, is as important as anything at the home show, because it's really important to know the new policy language and how it works in your insurance policy. And you can learn about all kinds of new roofing, especially like, for example, I believe Mark, you have F-Wave on your house?
Yeah, I have F-Wave, but there is so many different products that Excel has now that are, virtually the same thing, a true hail-proof roof. It's incredible, and the prices have been coming down.
Yeah. So the number to get your tickets, call 303-761-6400. 303-761-6400. Henry, thank you for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Now let's talk to Mike. He has a question on disability. Mike, welcome. I'm Tom Martino with Marc Mager and the gang. What's going on?
Thanks, Mark. Or Tom.
Yeah.
I recently had my right leg amputated.
Oh, my God. What happened, Mike? Mike, what happened?
I had a blood flow problem down my leg.
Do you have diabetes?
Yes, I have diabetes, but this wasn't a diabetes thing. It was just a blood clot.
Okay. So what can we help you with?
Anyhow, I went in for a vein replacement. He did the vein replacement while I was still in recovery. He came in and said he couldn't get any blood flow below my knee, and I had one of 2 choices, either lose my leg or lose my life.
Oh, my God.
That's horrible. Does eventually what happened, and I just don't know the answer to this, is it gangrene sets in?
Eventually, yes.
Okay, I get it.
Now, Mike, did you have it amputated? Did you have it amputated below the knee?
Yes, and then it got infected, and they had to go back and amputate it above the knee.
Oh, my God. So what is your issue right now, Mike?
I was working part-time as a shuttle driver.
Yeah.
And my boss is wonderful. He's held my job for me. But I don't even know if I'll be able to go back to work for state laws. Anyhow, what I was wondering is, am I qualified for any type of a disability or unemployment?
Well, for sure. I mean, I would think you'd be qualified for a certain percentage of disability. Now, this didn't happen. No, this is not job related. This is just a medical condition. Okay. So did you look, I'm not sure on the Social Security disability when that kicks in. Actually, I can look on their website, but did you ask anyone about Social Security disability?
No, I haven't with anybody. I am presently retired on Social Security.
I think if you have a leg amputated, and I think with Social Security disability, it's 100% or nothing. So, Mark, do you know the answer? I mean, I'm trying to...
I think it's very much, in his case, it's very much like Social Security. I mean, did you work 12 consecutive months at some period? Do you qualify for Social Security?
Yeah, how old are you, by the way? That's a good question, too. You're not, according to the Social Security website, you're not automatically entitled to disability because of an amputation. It pays disability benefits when you can't do any work at all for 12 months. So...
yeah, I'm probably going to be qualified for that. My first amputee was in June, and the second one was in August.
Oh, you poor man.
Yeah, I know it, man. Now, but here's the thing. If you had both legs amputated, you would definitely be in a line, or a hand or something. But under the law, one leg does not automatically entitle you to disability. You'd have to talk to one of these attorneys that specialize in this. We have some on the referral list, but that's what I would do. You know, because really and truly it could go either way. They're very strict about Social Security disability.
You generally are going to get shut down the first time, then you hire an attorney, and, you know, if it's valid, you'll get it. But I don't see any reason, if you were a straight W-2 employee for years, you should qualify for unemployment, no questions asked.
Yeah, unemployment is different. That's right. Unemployment would be something. And then while you're on unemployment, you can try to apply for your disability.
Oh, okay.
So the answer is kind of ambiguous. It really is on their website. They say there is a possibility that you could be eligible if you have other extenuating circumstances. So there's a listing of impairments that go along with losing a leg, like phantom pain and other complications with your hip or things like that. Balance problems, trouble with a prosthetic. It could be that you have other health problems, and they mentioned diabetes. Yes,
I would call Sullivan, and McGuire.
Right.
They'll talk to you for free, and they'll tell you what the juice is or what the story is. And then I would start that I'm at a loss for words. Not workman's comp, your unemployment as quickly as you can.
Now, by the way, Sullivan, and McGuire, and we have Pete McGuire's is still there. Pete McGuire, 303-691-9868. And he does a lot of Social Security disability. In fact, if Pete's available, we could get him on in these last few minutes, 303-691-9868. But if not, just try to talk to Pete, and he'll know right away. I wish I had a clear-cut answer. Now, obviously, they say if both legs were amputated, you wouldn't have a leg to stand on, so you would be eligible for boom. I shouldn't joke about this stuff. But in any case, I'm hoping that you're doing okay on a serious note, Mike. Are you?
Yes. I have, after an extended fight with United Healthcare, I've got a prosthetic.
Good.
And now I'm going to rehab to be able to be walking with it.
Wow, Mike, that's a shocker. Wow. And seriously now, when I'm asking this, I'm not going to joke about not having a leg to stand on, but your other leg, are you in danger of having circulatory problems there as well?
As far as I know, no.
Oh, good.
Right now, everything looks good.
Wow. That's something to get used to. And the diabetes, how is that doing?
It's controlled.
Okay, cool. Anyway, Pete McGuire, we'll see if he's around. If not, you can call him directly. Greg, wait, do I owe you for the 15 break Dragon? Greg, we'll come right back to you, bro, on this real estate question. I got to take this break. We'll be right back.
iHeartRadio.
Olympics update. Americans Jordan Stoltz and 2 others are competing in the men's 1,000-meter speed skating final today. Stoltz says he's proud to represent the U.S.
We do pretty well in, so I think we should take some pride in trying to do our best, and of course for all the other athletes around the world.
Snowboarding resumes with the men's and women's halfpipe qualifiers. American Chloe Kim has begun her bid to become the first snowboarder to win 3 straight golds.
For NBC's live coverage from Italy, search Olympics on the free iHeartRadio app.
You know, if you have a legal problem and need a defense attorney, Joe Lazara is the only one that does this. He'll talk to you free up front, give you legal advice for your initial consultation, and then flat rate pricing on your case if you decide to hire him. That's 303-429-6200.
MyMoneyMyWay.com. Here's what I love about what these guys do. They talk about guaranteed retirement. At some point, the closer you come to retirement, you don't have to worry every month about the stock market going up, going down. You want to be able to convert that into money you can count on for the rest of your life. That's what Joe and Jordan actually specialize in. I want you to reach out to them at mymoneymyway.com and make the phone call. mymoneymyway.com.
It's a 7. And I currently have it.
So you'll have a magazine on it.
Yeah, it's got a 5-round magazine, and I'll add a 2-round extension to it, so it'll be 7 plus 1. And I'm just looking around for a replacement.
I've got
His name is Pete
a Savage,
McGuire.
12 gauge pump, home defense, tactical.
Yeah.
With a cool pistol grip on it.
Yeah.
And then I've got just an old a trench gun they call it, Winchester, bird hunting gun, basically classic. You know.
Yep.
But I want to get Henry makes a 410. They call it the axe gun. It's like
it's really tiny.
It's small. You kind of hold it, kind of down here, but it's for like backpacking.
Oh sure. Yeah.
Or these canoe camping trips that I go on. It'd be nice to have something. It's 410. You're not gonna kill a bear with it, but you can run off some banjo.
No, they have 410 slugs. Yeah, they'll take care of anything.
I'm more worried about the banjo pickers.
The banjo pickers.
I don't want them squealing like a pig.
What a
Look at the lips on that one.
Dude, that'd be cool to have your own beach.
Yeah, it's not that big, but isn't that
But
fucking
it's a
cool?
beach.
Yeah, it's a beach.
Like.
And that one's no, the first one I showed you is deep water. I couldn't have a huge deep water boat because it simply wouldn't fit there, but it's ironic it is deep water.
What kind of boat were you thinking? Just a bay cruiser fishing boat kind of thing? Or?
Yeah, I'd say I'm not going to get a straight up fishing. I get a cruiser, a fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Open bow, comfortable.
I want to be able to hit different, like bar hopping and shit around there is big.
Yep.
But I also want it to be a really nice fishing boat.
Yeah. How many bedrooms?
Which one? The house?
Yeah.
The house is, all of them are like 5.
There's room for us. Yeah.
Yeah. Both of them, those 2 I showed you, what's cool is everything, they're all suites upstairs. So it's private bathroom. You're not sharing a bathroom with anybody,
Appreciate that.
Yeah, that sounds good. Plus the RV.
And then I got that pool house for
me.
For Dimitri.
For me to live in while you do all that work. I'm off for 6 months.
Here it is, My Money Movie.
What's that 410 called again?
It's the Henry Axe gun.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
Lever action.
Yeah, I've seen those in
I have
stores.
a Henry 22 lever action, but
I love that little bastard. Yeah. That looks super handy.
You know, and I don't know the exact dimensions on it, but I held one and it's
very compact.
Yeah.
What is it? Who is it?
A little shotgun.
Excuse me.
12 gauge shotgun.
12? No, it's a 410.
I got a tiny little one.
You got one that's even smaller than this?
Let me look at it.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
So what's on your mind? How do we help you? That's the questions we've been asking for 45 years. Greg has a question on real estate. Hello, Greg. Welcome. What's going on?
Well, my mom has dementia and she's in assisted living now.
Yes.
So she owned her house.
Mm-hmm.
It's just sitting there. My brothers and I all agree we're thinking about renting it to my daughter and her husband.
Okay.
So are there tax implications?
Well,
to
let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Who owns the house right now on paper?
My mom.
Okay. And are all three of you in agreement that you want to own the house, or do you want to sell it? When she passes?
When she passes?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in no hurry. We'd own it.
Okay. Now, is she living in the home now?
No, she's in an assisted living place.
Okay. So really there are no tax implications. Well, there are a few, but not really bad. If she signs the house over to the three of you, that's the easiest. Is it paid off, the house?
Yes.
Okay. The easiest thing to do is for her. Did you say she's incapacitated completely? She doesn't know what's going on. Yeah. Does she have a guardian?
Well, that's me. I have power of attorney, medical power of attorney, and everything.
Well, do you have legal power of attorney for the transaction of real estate?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well, here's the problem. Okay, she has to have capacity in order to sell her house or give her house to you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, or a trustee has to do it, or a guardian, I mean, if you're her guardian, but not medical guardian. That's different. You have to have a regular general power of attorney. But let me just answer your question. If your mom was to transfer ownership, however she does it, from herself to you three, there are no taxes at all, okay? You don't owe taxes. Okay. You'll only owe tax. Now, on the date of transfer, okay, here's the problem. If it's done before she dies, then what happens is you guys inherit her basis. So whatever she bought the house for, that's what your basis will be when you go to sell it. So there will be likely a lot of profit. Whereas if you wait for her to die and it's left to the three of you, you get to do the basis on the day of her death. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And then if you inherit her basis on the day of her death, it is likely to be more than the one you inherit. So there would be less taxes to pay if you sell it. So the answer to your question is you can do a beneficiary's deed as well, which would mean this. The home is in her name until she dies, then it's automatically transferred to you guys. And when it's transferred to you guys, you would get the new step-up basis. So really, it's a matter of what you want to do. If you're going to keep it for a long time, there's no reason to wait until she dies. You can do it now and rent it to your daughter, but you guys have to come up with a partnership agreement for the three of you. And that would probably be an LLC. So the best, in my opinion, the best thing to do is to work out an LLC agreement, have the three of you become members of the LLC, then have your mom transfer ownership, not to three of you individually, but to the one LLC.
Okay.
And then when the LLC now owns the property, the three of you are bound by the LLC operating agreement. And you probably want an attorney to help you with this. I mean, there are a few people who can do it on their own, but Dan McKenzie would be one of them. McKenzie Law. He's really good at what he does. 833 CO Plans is his number. So what you would do is form an LLC. Work out an operating agreement, like you're going to own the house, you're going to rent out the house, blah, blah, blah. Then your mom, in whatever capacity she has, or through a power of attorney, would transfer ownership from herself to the LLC. The LLC will now own the property, inherit her basis, and can do whatever they want with the property. They can rent it out, they can sell it, they can do whatever they want with it. So that's, and again, Dan McKenzie is 833-267-5267, and that spells CO Plans. So it's 833 CO Plans. Do you have any other questions, sir?
No, that's some of the things you've said are some of the things we've kind of talked about doing.
Good.
Like the LLC and stuff. So
yeah, and it's really easy to do.
Deciding whether we will.
What were you trying to decide?
Whether we want to decide whether we want to, transfer it now or wait.
Well, that's up to, again, that's the only difference between doing it now and doing it at death is the step up in basis. So there's a possibility in the future you will have more capital gains taxes if you do it now than if you wait until she dies. Do you know what her basis is on that house? How much she bought it for?
Yeah, I want to say it was somewhere around $300,000.
And what is it worth now?
From what we've looked at, maybe 650 to 700.
Okay, so you would have a gain, let's say, of $400,000. Let's just say that. And if you wait until, if you do it on the day of her death, you're not going to have a gain, or you're going to have very little gain. So on a $400,000 gain, you're going to have about 20% to pay in taxes. So you'd have about $80,000 to pay in taxes. So if you do it the other way, you might have a gain of a few grand here or there and have hardly any taxes. Yeah. But if you're going to own it for a long time, it's not going to matter.
Yeah.
How long do you think you want to own it?
Well, part of the reason for wanting to own it for a while is we're not looking to kick my daughter out as soon as my mom dies, if we have to, which is another question is once everything goes into probate, how long do we have to sell the house? Are you required to sell it right away?
No, you're not.
No.
When you say probate, it's not going to go into probate if you do it now. Obviously, it's going to. It's not.
If we wait,
if you wait till death, actually, it doesn't go into probate at all if you do a beneficiary deed. So what I would do, you do an LLC now. You can do an LLC now, and a beneficiary's deed. Yep. And the beneficiary deed would be from your mom to the LLC. So upon death, it instantly goes to the LLC, no probate.
Okay. And that's the kind of stuff Dan McKenzie can help with.
Absolutely. He can give you all kinds of strategies. Okay. So I like that one with the LLC and then the beneficiary's deed. Then you have the benefit of a stepped up basis, and you have the LLC already formed waiting. So when your mom passes away, you're going to have the LLC own it, and I think it'll be pretty cool. Again, Dan McKenzie, McKenzie Law, he's a great guy, 833 CO Plans. We have more coming right up. Do I have anything here?
Nope, nothing.
Thank you. It's been a busy day.
Park's got 3 inches. That's a start.
Yeah. Is your back all better?
Yeah, I'm good now, man. Finally able to sleep. That was the worst part.
There's nothing muscle like you had muscle.
Yeah. It had to have been a muscle because I'm back to 100%.
Get those to release, and then it's
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm really worried about the lack of moisture up top.
I can hardly hear you, man. Get near your microphone.
Think about the fire potential.
What the hell's wrong with her? I can't hear her.
And there's really, you start looking at, 2 week.
No, I can't. I hear you through like Dragon's microphone.
The temperatures alone, are just. It's like.
Hey, Dragon, can you see why I can't hear her through her microphone? Oh.
So, they're showing Winter Park snow today, Thursday, Friday, all day, and then again on Monday and Tuesday.
So is Winter Park Ski Mountain like what 60-70% open?
So Winter Park itself is probably about 70, and then Mary Jane's side is probably about 40 to 50.
And do you ski both?
Yeah, it's all connected. Yeah. Ski from one to the other. Multiple places to do that. Yeah. Considered one of the same.
Yeah, we skied or went to the that Granby Ranch.
Right. I've never skied that. My kids have.
Oh, it's nice. Little neighborhood mountain.
Right.
Never any lift lines. Pretty affordable. Nice little bar, restaurant at the base.
Right. I've been into the bar. I didn't have anything. I just walked through it. Because we painting houses around there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And once there was one, I couldn't find it, so it was summertime. I walked in there and it's just like, where is this thing? Well, it's condo building 2 over. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a real nice little neighborhood hill. My favorite's Cooper in Leadville.
You like Ski Cooper? I've judged ski racing there.
Oh, really?
Well, I was a gate judge. I didn't judge scores. I was like, just to make sure they made the turns. You watch about 8 gates. You have to make sure they do the right path and didn't miss one. But then you're there the whole day, standing on the side of the mountain, go pee in the trees.
Yeah. Bring a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
All right.
They'll ski down.
Tom, can you hear me now?
Now perfectly.
Okay. All right. So I wanted to tell you I haven't heard from Pete McGuire yet, but I did leave a message for Suze to maybe reach out because I do have Mike's number and we can possibly get him on tomorrow.
Okay, good.
Because you remember that I'm out tomorrow, right?
Yeah, that's where.
No, I didn't, but that's okay. Who's going to be in?
Suze?
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's not a big mountain, but I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I got to go to the frickin' eye doctor.
And in Leadville, they have these little tiny homes you can rent, which are really neat. And the town itself is cool.
I like the my buddy and I, anytime we're on a motorcycle ride, we go through there. We stop and have a beer at that bar.
Yeah, that old saloon.
Yeah.
They're doing, what do they call that, with the horses drag a skier behind them?
Yeah.
They're doing one of those this year in March. We're going to go up and check it out.
Right. If they have any snow.
Yeah. That's the question mark.
Because I think Steamboat just tried to have it on. They didn't have enough snow to do it with. I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah. Yeah, as far out as my weather, I use the Weather Channel app, and there's just no end in sight.
Yeah, I think Denver. At least it shows Winter Park getting some. So hopefully the northern mountains start getting it.
Yeah.
After Thursday next week, then it's all sunshine. But colder, it's in the 20s.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it's snowing up there now, and tomorrow and Friday it's like 40-something%. You know, I mean, we'll take it. You know, I went to Lake Powell last spring, and they were freaking out then. It was so low. I mean, you could see on the rocks there where the lake should be, and they're like, we don't know what we're going to do. And now it's even way worse.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Got Matt Stanford with us from Paragon Services. Marc Szymanski from Genesis Total Exteriors. We were talking about problems, questions, and complaints on your mind and whatever you have going on. We have somebody else asking about bad faith and insurance claims and when to file and all that. And somebody else wants to know, did you or do you, they hear about triple damages, but do you actually know, Matt, if people actually ever got triple damages in your experience?
Yeah, the one, actually just one USAA claim, and it was both delay and deny. And, you know, the lawyer going into it said, I can't promise anything, but this looks pretty good for us. And the judge, a bench verdict went our way, and it paid triple. Now, that's honestly the only one I've ever seen. So
what happens when it's in process? You're going after it, and then they just pay. Do they get out of the treble damages because they said, oh, damn it, I didn't know they were that serious?
Yeah, I think so. And that might be a question for an actual insurance litigation attorney. But, you know, when I hand the football to those guys, they try to settle it with a demand letter. Then it goes to mediation, and then it'll get scheduled for trial. And that's usually when you see it scheduled for trial is usually when the insurance companies will settle. In this particular one, they were put on notice to respond within 30 days, and they did not do that. So the judge just threw his hands up and goes, well, you know, you guys are cooked. So it was just negligence on their part. But, you know, you can't ever assume that you're going to get treble damages. Ultimately, it's up to a judge.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and a lot of people feel like, well, my insurance company said that I don't have damage, and I feel like that I do have damage. That is not bad faith. Just because you disagree with them, that you really have to catch them in a nefarious act, in a frivolous act, to get bad faith approved.
This is for Marc Szymanski at GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Mark, this was posed basically, I'm going to summarize it. They want to know how the hell can roofing estimates vary from $14,000 to $28,000. I imagine a lot of that could have to do with materials. What do you say?
Well, I mean, I think in general, I mean, if you've been in business any amount of time, we're paying close or roughly the same cost for our roofing materials.
Yeah.
And, you know, and labor is what it is. I think we all pay close to the same. So I think it's just different companies may, you know, have
increased
needs.
Profit, do you think?
Well, increased profit, or, you know, I always use the scenario of, you know, certain window companies advertise a lot. And then when you hear the numbers that they're charging for a window, well, they have to pay for that advertising. And, you know, are they in a fancy office? Are they driving Lamborghinis? You know, what are they doing? And, you know, I'm not say that about the Lamborghini, but there is a company in town that the owners drive Lamborghinis.
Yeah, I know that.
And they have to pay for that. And
yeah. Now, I think if you went, for example, with an F-wave roof as opposed to a regular 3-tab, that would make a giant difference, right?
Well, sure. I'm assuming the two quotes would have similar materials.
Right. But materials would change it.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, like that C-door or the F1 roof compared to just a regular, you know, asphalt shingle roof. There's a huge difference in cost.
I have another question here. should you let your contractor, they want to talk, before they give you a contract, they want to talk to the adjuster? What do you think?
See, I actually think it's a good thing to have us all there, the homeowner, the adjuster, and the contractor, and sometimes maybe even Matt too.
I think you maybe, but I don't trust other roofers necessarily, because Mark, if an adjuster is there, I've made this scenario before. If an adjuster is there with the contractor, right, and the contractor says you need A, B, C, and D, okay, and the adjuster says we're only going to pay for A and B, and the roofer says, okay, fine, let's do it. In other words, the homeowner never gets to know what the roofer was willing to give up on. Does that make sense or not?
Well, and to me, what always happens, where I always see happens is, the adjuster and myself walk the house together.
Right.
And then the adjuster talks to the homeowner. I stay out of that meeting. So that homeowner gets a chance to talk directly to the adjuster.
But the homeowner doesn't know what they need. See, if the roofer goes and tells them what they need, then they know what the adjuster is screwing them out of.
Yeah, but again, just like we spoke earlier, adjusters, a lot of them get paid by how big the claim is. And so if there's true damage there and trying to say, well, I'm not going to pay for this window, or let's not do this or not do that, that's bad faith on both parts. And
so I've just known too many times where a roofer would meet with an adjuster and the roofer wants the deal. So the roofer's willing to forego some of the things that they normally wouldn't. And so the homeowner never gets to hear the negotiation. Never. Now, I think if the homeowner is there with the roofer and with the adjuster, and then that would be fine, because then if the adjuster says, we're not paying for this, we're only paying for this, and the roofer says, okay, fine, then the homeowner can say, wait a minute, before you start giving up on what I need, let me have a say in this. I just don't like the idea of deals made without the consumer knowing. Go ahead.
Again, me personally, I've not witnessed that or dealt with that, because we just are who we are. We're always going to do things right, and the best we can. And again, I have to say, there's times adjusters say, well, we're not going to pay for that, and I'll say that's fine, and then I'll deal with this later. I'll deal with it as a supplement. I'll deal with this by bringing Matt in to say, hey, we need this, we need Matt. I need your help here to get this approved.
Right. But you would never really believe a homeowner needed something and not tell them if the adjuster refused to pay for it. You would probably say, I can tell what you would say. You would say, listen, you really need this. The adjuster's giving us a hard time. Let's call Matt.
I think that's a great way to do it.
Yeah, a lot of roofers don't do that. They just want to get the job. But thank you. This is really enlightening. You got to trust who you're dealing with. We have more coming right up.
Now, impact traffic.
Closure on US 6 just west of town through the Golden area. East and westbound roads closed between Colorado 119 and Colorado 58 due to rescue operations. Crews are letting local traffic through, but that stretch of road is closed on US 6 both directions. I-25 north and southbound showing highway speeds through the metro area. East of I-25, Chambers Road, southbound, a crash reported at Quincy Avenue. With traffic, I'm Mark Swan.
This report is sponsored by the Our American Stories podcast.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll share the story of how one of America's great business leaders got his start as a paperboy. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
So many times people wonder, what will my house sell for? Or you might have inherited a house in an estate like we heard earlier on the show. Frank Duran does a free market evaluation, what it will sell for. That's what I love. You'll get accurate information and a detailed analysis, comparables, neighborhoods, interest rates, supply and demand. Frank Duran will do this free of charge. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Hey, Great Western Buildings.com. Great Western Buildings has a factory in Grand Junction employing like 130 people in Colorado. They are truly the factory direct to the consumer. So you know you're dealing with the factory when you go to Great Western Buildings. And they have a great building. 100% American steel guaranteed for life. The finishes are guaranteed for 40 years. And again, they're direct to the consumer. So if you're looking for a steel building, you got it. GreatWesternBuildings.com.
This is
I don't know what they're hoping, but they got nothing. I mean, it looks like shit.
Right.
So it was pretty amazing, though, thinking that thing was 100% full. And I was absolutely right. She goes, you know, we don't have anything here to rent. I mean, if you look for what's to rent around here, it's just total garbage. It's a room here or in the basement or whatever. And we don't have any real infrastructure to get any bigger. In order to have more water, more sewer, more everything, we got to have more tax dollars, which we don't have. So everything goes here, and that's why that location literally qualifies for that deal.
Okay.
And she also said tiny homes. She told me something, I never knew this, but a regular trailer, I think, is 80 feet, a single wide. Yeah. She goes, those front lots are 100 feet, so 80 could be pretty small on there. I'm not saying you can do it or don't do it, I don't know. But I don't know if you can get 65-footers, but almost all the ones in the middle are like 200. So there's tons of room there in the middle. And then towards the back, I think they might have a few smaller ones. But you could almost do like tiny homes or something up front. She goes, right now it's mobile home, so you want a mobile home in there? It's zoned right, but if you guys were going to do something else, it technically wouldn't be a mobile home. I doubt we'd have any problems with it.
Right.
Water sewer's interesting. Back in the day when they did it, they paid a tap fee to the city. So all the lines for sewer and water are tapped into the city, but we own the lines. So if there's a line problem, the city's not involved at all. We got to run a new line. I don't know if that means a new tap, but I'm sure. I would think you could go into the existing, but those are some of the negotiating points too, depending on how the city's looking at it.
Right.
But
Good afternoon, Tom Martino Show.
A buddy of mine told me there was a apartment complex that's been like 6-7 years. She goes, it's so funny you said that. They've built.
Yeah, we're
going
to try to get you on tomorrow with Dan McKinnon.
This one's going on 7 years, and she said, I just heard from somebody this week that a plumber was going to come up and start, I guess that's like infrastructure plumbing, and start doing something like that. But she says, I've heard that 4 years in a row now. She thought they got a little too big for their britches. Right. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of I love it. I love the idea of it. I mean, if the numbers work, I really love it.
Well, my wife was excited, so that's half the battle right there.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea. That I never heard of a loan like that, though. I don't know why.
Seems like you figured out your eating schedule, because I never see you eating anymore.
You start out with 20 or 25. That first assessment you get on property taxes with 25 new units, that thing's going to go through the fucking roof.
Right.
So, and if that's
people bigger lots, if we could stick 3 little mini homes on there.
Yeah.
Like a studio, has a toilet, and has a kitchenette.
A shipping container home.
If it's considered mobile, I know most mini homes are, because they're delivered on a trailer. They're mobile. You take the wheels off of them. Right. I don't think they'd have any problem with a modular or anything.
I don't think so. Yeah, I think they would change the zoning for that, no problem.
I think why would they care?
Right.
Although the infrastructure for a house compared to a trailer, I don't know what that looks like.
Right.
Water line, sewer line.
What kind of volume you can handle and what.
Yeah. And then I wonder what we would do, like, let's say we get up there and we're like, okay, we like this, and you know, we're going to start really punching numbers. To look at
that little microphone while listening to Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Matt, with Genesis, real quick here. Somebody wants to know, when you do a finished basement, obviously it's underground, can you put Can you make the window wells big enough to get a full-size window in so they can have like full-size windows and not those, little ones up on top?
No, in that kind of situation, you do need to have a full-size window, especially if you need to egress. And so you need to have 24 inches across, and I can't remember if it's 30 or 32.
Okay, so you do window wells as part of your basement refinish.
Yes, yeah, and you do need to have an engineer inspect the foundation to make sure it can handle the cutting of the concrete to put it
Oh, good point. Good point.
And there's lots of people that don't do that.
All right.
And also, in fact, we had a caller. I went and inspected afterwards, and what a horrible job this person did.
GenesisTotalExteriors.com, ParagonServices.com, and don't forget 303 Martino 24/7. Pass it around 303-627-8466.
Are you clear?
See you, man. Thank